Live from Jupiter, Florida, at America's busiest ballpark, Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, it's time for some Florida State League baseball, as the Palm Beach Cardinals look to continue their dominant pitching ways as well as keep on winning and remain in the playoff race. Today, they begin Game 2 of this 6-game series against the Lakeland Flying Tigers on another Silver Sluggers Wednesday here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. As we welcome you to the broadcast booth here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, I'm Brennan Erlinson, happy to have you for Palm Beach Cardinals baseball coverage tonight. Just me again tonight. Ian Benke will be back tomorrow to cover some Palm Beach Cardinals baseball with me. Well, this Palm Beach Cardinals team has been looking really strong the last couple of days. Back-to-back shutouts, one on Sunday against the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles, and last night prevailing 3-0 against the Lakeland Flying Tigers, as we get to show you some of the highlights here coming up here on the broadcast. It was just a dominant outing from start to finish, and the pitching is, of course, the number one story. Brant Thompson, 4 innings, scoreless baseball, allows just 1 hit, strikes out 6. And although it looked like it was a bit of an abrupt ending to his start, looked like he could have gone much deeper into the ball game. Yordy Herrera picked up the slack with 2 2/3 scoreless innings of his own, with also 6 strikeouts, walking 2, allowing, again, just 1 hit in the ball game. Then Ernie Day picked up a hold with an inning and a third scoreless. In fact, an inning and a third perfect on his day, before Christian Worley earned his first professional save on the young season and also of his young career. And the Palm Beach Cardinals have won back-to-back games. They have improved to 27-30 on the year, and they're doing what they need to do in order to get where they need to be. As we take a look at the standings here in the FSL, it'll come up on the screen. For all of the people that are listening here, the Palm Beach Cardinals still 4 games back on their rivals, the St. Lucie Mets. And the Mets, of course, still have the tiebreaker, so it's going to take a lot of work for the Cardinals to leapfrog them. But mathematically speaking, they are still in the race. 4 games with 8 games to go on the first half of the season, which is coming up next Thursday, June 19th. Following that game, where the Cardinals will actually be playing the St. Lucie Mets, that'll conclude the first half of the season. And the Cardinals need to continue to do what they do best, and that's win baseball games, to try and put themselves in a position to where next week, when they're at Clover Park, they are playing for a first half division title, so that they can secure yet another playoff berth and try to make it 4 consecutive years with a playoff berth. And of course, they are the defending champions, and while they aren't playing necessarily this brand of dominant baseball that they were a year ago, they're starting to put it together a little bit more. Of course, they struggled in the month of May, but all they can do is continue to do what they can control, and that's win their own baseball games and not necessarily have to worry about what the St. Lucie Mets are doing. Meanwhile, the Lakeland Flying Tigers, they are still in first place in the FSL West. They're only ahead of the Tampa Tarpons by 1 game now. Lakeland does not have the tiebreaker on the Tampa Tarpons, so if their records were to remain the same, or identical, I should say, then the Tampa Tarpons would win the division. And the Lakeland Flying Tigers have seen their division lead slip over the last couple of weeks or so, but the Lakeland Flying Tigers still coming into today with the league's best record at 33-24, so they are very much in the playoff race, and they're looking to secure a playoff berth, and they're trying to defeat the team here this week that they swept about a month ago and also lost to in the FSL Championship Series last year. So a lot of playoff baseball on the line for the Lakeland Flying Tigers. What helps Lakeland is that Tampa and Clearwater are facing each other. Those are the next 2 teams in the FSL West. They're going head-to-head, and that doesn't necessarily help Tampa or Clearwater unless one of those teams prevails dominantly in the series. So for Lakeland, it actually benefits them that the 2 are going to go head-to-head, and for Lakeland's sake, they hope that it's a series split so that there isn't necessarily any gain ground between those 2 other teams. as we go into game 2 here of this 6-game series. So the message for Palm Beach is control what they can control, and that is winning the baseball games that's ahead of them here, just like they have tonight here on this Silver Sluggers Wednesday. And we got another great day of baseball here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Now, of course, yesterday was a little bit rainy in the middle of the afternoon and created a little bit of a gray sky. That is not the case here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. And we have the fire alarm go off. That is the fire alarm. That scared me. All right. That scared everybody here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, and apparently they're testing the fire alarm right before we go play a baseball game. That is really good timing on everybody's part there. I think we can try to calm that down, right? I think we're okay. Anyway, this game ahead of us here, Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium here at Jupiter, Florida. You never know what's going to happen at a baseball game, but Leonel Sequeira will get the start here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium tonight for the Palm Beach Cardinals. The 19-year-old right-hander will go up against Luke Stoffel of the Lakeland Flying Tigers. Leonel Sequeira, as I continue to plow through this broadcast here with the loud fire alarm going off here. But Leonel Sequeira is having a very solid campaign on the mound. The 19-year-old right-hander comes in with a record of just 1-5, which is a bit deceiving because he has a 3.64 earned run average, making 11 starts this season. And while he has struggled at the end of May to put together some good starts, he is really playing some much better baseball as of late, including his last start coming against the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles. 5 innings, 1-run baseball, and he did earn the win. It was his first win of the season, and man, this is brutal. Everybody is being told to evacuate now. Is that true? Oh, this is very weird, but everybody is being told to, I guess, leave the premises, or at least the fans are fed up here. But we are going to try and calm that down as best we can here, folks. But Leonel Sequeira will get the start here for the Palm Beach Cardinals, trying to plow through here. Luke Stoffel, he's going to get the start for the Lakeland Flying Tigers. 3-0 on the year with a 1.03 earned run average. He's making his 11th appearance of the year, also making his 3rd start, and he has looked good on the mound when he is a starter, which he has done the last 2 times out on the mound. Combined for 9 2/3 innings, allowing just 1 run on 8 hits, walking 2 batters and striking out 7. And in his last start, it was his best start and best overall appearance of the season when he picked up a no decision last Wednesday against the Daytona Tortugas with 5 scoreless frames. This is absolutely the least opportune time to have some kind of fire drill here, but hopefully everything is okay down in the concourse. I have no view of it here, but the lineup cards are currently being exchanged at home plate, but it is a loud fire alarm going off here, and we do have some fans that are at least exiting the seating bowl here. Well, it just got shut off. That's a positive sign. 1 clap or 2. Everybody's a little bit puzzled. I'm a little bit puzzled myself. But, you know, Joe DiMaggio always said you never know what you're going to get at the ballpark. You see something new every day. Well, I can say that on this season, I have never had the fire alarm go off during the pregame. I think that's the first fire alarm going off in a pregame show in my entire career. So now it feels like a deafening silence here at the ballpark as everybody's going to try and make their way back to their seats and get comfortable. We'll try to laugh it off here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, but we do have a good night for baseball ahead of us, and we also have a really good week of baseball ahead of us here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. As mentioned on yesterday's broadcast, it is the only homestand that the Palm Beach Cardinals will be taking part in the month of June. So if you want to see the Beach Birds, you got to do it this week here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, or else you're going to have to travel up I-95 to see them at Clover Park or elsewhere, because the month of June is pretty vacant for the Palm Beach Cardinals. Now, they'll certainly make up for that at the end of the season, but it's a very quality series that you will want to come out and see as the Lakeland Flying Tigers. They're fighting for that playoff system. All right, everybody being told that they can return to their seats. But we got a Thirsty Thursday tomorrow here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Of course, all fans 21 and up can take part in that and become a member for just $100. And also we got Friday Night Baseball here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, where you can take part in the Friday Family 4-pack, which is, one of the best deals of entertainment value in Palm Beach County. And, of course, this Saturday is the Play Ball Clinic that Major League Baseball is taking the initiative of the last few years, and there's going to be a skills clinic that children from ages 5 to 12 can take part of with the Palm Beach Cardinals players, and you can register still for that. We're going to have a really good turnout on Saturday morning here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. I think we have close to 200 kids that are already signed up for that Play Ball Clinic, and of course Saturday night is a Kids Club Saturday, first pitch at 6 p.m. before the series finale on Father's Day begins at 12:30 p.m. as the Palm Beach Cardinals, well, they're ready to go. A very eventful pregame show with the fire alarm going off, but that is not phasing Leonel Sequeira. He's taking the field now as the Palm Beach Cardinals wear the alternate red tops with the red hats, while the Lakeland Flying Tigers are going with their alternate navy blue tops once again with the blue hats and the gray pants as the visiting team. It's the Palm Beach Cardinals and the Lakeland Flying Tigers. Game 2 of this 6-game series. Palm Beach trying to make up some ground. Lakeland trying to hold off everybody else here in the FSL West. Palm Beach also looking for their 3rd straight win. Can they do 3 straight shutouts? Who knows? Let's find out. On the other side of this break, when we come back to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, it'll be the starting lineups and first pitch. Don't go anywhere. You are tuned in to Palm Beach Cardinals baseball live from Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. National anthem wrapping up here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. We're ready for baseball here in Game 2 of this 6-game set between the Lakeland Flying Tigers and the Palm Beach Cardinals. And Leonel Sequeira begins his warm-up pitches now for Palm Beach. Let's get you the starting lineup for manager Rene Rivera's Lakeland Flying Tigers tonight. Leading off is Woody Haydeen. He's the second baseman. And hitting second, playing shortstop, is Fran Yerber Montilla, the shortstop. Jackson Strong hits third and plays center field. Garrett Pennington in right field tonight, batting cleanup. Christian Santana is the first baseman, batting fifth. Stephen Hrustich is the left fielder, batting sixth. Then it's Carson Rucker, the designated hitter, Samuel Keel, the third baseman, batting eighth, and Ricardo Hurtado, the catcher, batting ninth. So for the Flying Tigers, it's Haydeen, Montilla, Strong, Pennington, Santana, Hrustich, Rucker, Keel, and Hurtado. 1 through 9, and they will go up against the Palm Beach Cardinals defense that looks like this out in the field. Luis Pino is in left field, Yordaline Pena back in center, and Jose Suarez is in right field. Daniel Ortiz is at third base, Aniello Encarnacion he's at short, Cade McGee at second. And over at first base, making his return to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium in the lineup, is John Frank Salazar. Sammy Hernandez is behind home plate. And on the mound, 19-year-old right-hander Leonel Sequeira. 1-5 with a 3.64 ERA, making his 12th start of the season. Picked up his first win of the year in his last start against Fort Myers. He's ready, we're ready. And the first pitch is a fastball called strike, and it's 0-1. We are underway from Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Woody Haydeen, a switch hitter, hitting from the left side. Takes a changeup for a called strike. And very quickly, it's 0-2. Our umpiring crew, same as yesterday with the roles reversed. Dylan Toomey is behind home plate. Reginald Webb is out in the field. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Woody Haydeen swings and misses at a breaking ball for strike 3. Sequeira featuring the kitchen sink already in this ball game, and there's one away. That'll bring Franjiber Montilla to the plate. Back-to-back switch hitters hitting from the left side coming up for Lakeland. Montilla flashed the leather yesterday, but went 0 for 4 at the plate. Fastball called a strike, 0-1. Sequeira throwing strikes early. He'll dial his fastball up to about 95. He'll coast in at about 93 usually. As a breaking ball misses down and in for ball 1. Sequeira from the windup. Here is the 1-1. Fastball misses away, 2-1. Sequeira struggled in the month of May. Finished with an 0-3 record with a 5.66 earned run average and just over 20 innings of work. Starting the month of June on the right foot, though. 2-1. Fastball misses high, 3 balls and 1 strike to Montilla. This coming after a month of April where he went 0-2, but had a 2.11 earned run average as the opening day starter for the Palm Beach Cardinals. 3-1 fastball misses outside. That's ball 4. So after the strikeout to Haydeen, it's now a 1-out walk to Montilla, and he's aboard for Jackson Strong. Shadows creeping in from the left side of the infield, but we got an 87-degree day. Some scattered clouds, but also a nice breeze coming in from right field towards left field. So a good day for baseball here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. First pitch to Strong. Fastball, rather a changeup, misses away for ball one. So Sequeira trying to find the strike zone again. Infield shifts to the pole side for Strong. 1-0. And that fastball catches the outside corner, 1-1. Cardinals are coming off back-to-back shutout victories. A 4-0 win at Fort Myers on Sunday and a 3-0 win last night over Lakeland. Montilla draws a throw over to first base, and it's in time! The pickoff is successful. Montilla on the momentum lead is caught on the base paths, and Sequeira picks up out number 2 after the one-out walk. So now a 1-1 count with 2 outs. And Sequeira looking at a phantom runner over there at first base. He's still throwing from the stretch. 1-1 breaking ball misses inside and low, 2-1. I think once he looked over there, he realized, well, I got to continue with the stretch here. Now he's going to the windup. And from the windup, the 2-1. That pitch spiked into the ground. 3 balls and 1 strike. The Palm Beach Cardinals now lead the Florida State League with 5 shutouts on the season, ahead of their roommates, the Jupiter Hammerheads, who have 4. 3-1, it's a called ball, but on the appeal of the swing, Reginald Webb says Jackson Strong went around, so it's a full count. And Sequeira 1 strike away, 1 pitch away from facing the minimum here in the top of the first. We're just getting underway as the Shadows creep in towards home plate. Payoff pitch, just fouled off, and it is hit just in front of the press box here. And it's still 3-2. Sequeira back on May 3rd suffered the loss to Lakeland. He went 5 innings, gave up just 2 runs, but struck out a season-high 7 batters. As a fastball at the knees at 95, it's called strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Sequeira. He walks a batter, but after the pickoff, he leaves nobody on. We're going to the bottom of the first, scoreless. Palm Beach Cardinals coming up when we return to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Bottom of the first, scoreless. Cardinals coming up for the first time. Here's the starting 9 from manager Gary Kendall. Leading off is the second baseman, Cade McGee, followed by the designated hitter, Rainiel Rodriguez. Daniel Ortiz hits third and plays third, and Luis Pino is the left fielder batting cleanup. John Frank Salazar, the first baseman, bats fifth. Yordelin Pena, the center fielder, bats sixth. Then it's Jose Suarez, the right fielder, hitting seventh. Sammy Hernandez hits eighth and catches. And Angelo Encarnacion is batting ninth at shortstop. So it's McGee, Rodriguez, Ortiz, Pino, Salazar, Pena, Suarez, Hernandez, and Encarnacion. We'll get you the defense for Lakeland in just a moment, but we'll tell you about Luke Stoffel, who's on the mound for the Lakeland Flying Tigers, getting the start today for his 3rd start of the year and 3rd consecutive start. First pitch, fastball down the chute. It's 0-1. Stoffel overall this year 3-0 with a 1.03 earned run average, making his 11th appearance and, as mentioned, 3rd start. 0-1. Breaking ball just inside, and it's 1-1. He's looked good as a starter so far. Back-to-back starts, 9 2/3 combined innings, just 1 run allowed. 1-1. Ground ball hit to third. Diving stop by Samuel Heel. He fires high to first, and it's wide. It goes into the netting, and it gets away. McGee is going to have second base easily, and the Palm Beach Cardinals have a runner in scoring position to lead off the bottom of the first. That'll bring Rainiel Rodriguez to the plate, and while we have a second, here is the Lakeland defense. Steven Hrustich is out in left field. Jackson Strong is in center, and Garrett Pennington is in right. Samuel Heel, who you just saw at third base. Franjerber Montilla at short. Woody Haydeen is at second, and Christian Santana is at first, with Ricardo Hurtado behind home plate and Stoffel on the mound. First pitch to Rodriguez. He grounds it foul. It's 0-1. The official ruling is that it's a straight throwing error, E5 on heel. That is his 4th error of the season, all at third base. But McGee is in scoring position to start the bottom of the frame. Here is the 18-year-old catching phenom, Rainiel Rodriguez, who lifts one in the air down the right field line towards the corner. Garrett Pennington gives chase. He makes the catch in foul territory, and that's a nice catch to track it down for him. Tagging from second base is McGee. He'll get to third. So it's an out, but it's a productive out for Rodriguez. And there's one away for Danielle Ortiz. Well, the pitching was certainly the story yesterday for the Palm Beach Cardinals, but the second story was Danielle Ortiz's offense. As the infield comes in, breaking ball fouled out of play. It's 0-1. Ortiz has reached base in 11 straight games and in 13 of his last 15 games, and yesterday went 2 for 4 with a single, a solo home run, and 2 runs scored. Here's the 0-1. He lines one into right field, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Ortiz continues his hot hitting. It's an RBI single. He's reached base in 12 straight games, and the Cardinals are up 1-0 here in the first. Didn't try to do too much. Maybe have even gotten jammed on the play, but strong enough to lift it past the infield who was playing in. And now the Cardinals have the early lead. Here's Luis Pino, the cleanup hitter. Ortiz goes from first while he bluffs. He actually stops as the pitch is fouled back. And it's 0-1. Pino hitting .225, the new team leader in home runs due to the promotion of Josh Cross with 5 and 22 runs batted in. Ortiz draws a throw. He is back safely. Stoffel did not appear in the series against the Palm Beach Cardinals back in early May. So this is their first look, the Beach Birds that is, against the right-hander. Accidental foul ball, check swing. Now the count's 0-2 to Pino. Ortiz came into today, by the way, with a .392 slugging percentage. His slugging percentage just under .500 over this last 15-game stretch, as a blooper is hit down the right field line, but foul and into the netting. And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Let's talk a little bit more about Luke Stoffel for a moment. He's a product of Wright State, who made it to the Super Regionals this year, winning in the Vanderbilt Regional. He's a Tennessee native, 6'5" right-hander, 23 years old, signed as a minor league undrafted free agent in July of 2023. Another 0-2 pitch on the way. And the breaking ball misses down low. It's 1-2. Stoffel has had a brief stint with the West Michigan Whitecaps, which is the high A affiliate of the Detroit Tigers. That was back in September of 2023, but he's mostly been with the Lakeland Flying Tigers. 1-2, this ball is lying down the left field line, and that's going to get down for extra bases. Ball, a couple of hops off the wall. The left fielder, Hrustic, gets it in quickly. So it's going to be runners at second and third, and Pino smokes that ball to left field, and now the Cardinals once again back in business with 2 runners in scoring position for John Frank Salazar. But before John Frank Salazar comes out to the mound, pitching coach Ollie Cady is going to go out and have a word with Luke Stoffel. Gives us a little bit of time to talk about John Frank Salazar. This was a player that got his promotion to Peoria right around the draft time, when the guys from the draft class of 2024 started to show up. So he went up to High A Peoria. That's where he started this year. But he struggled for the High A Chiefs. 32 games, hit just .225. No home runs, 13 runs batted in. Back here in Palm Beach, this is his home debut on the season. And he's got an early run-driving opportunity as a breaking ball is outside. They appeal the swing, and no, says Reginald Webb out in the field. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Salazar still just 21 years old from Venezuela. John Frank, it's one word, just sandwiched together. As a breaking ball is popped up near the mound. In fact, drifting over towards the third base line behind home plate, and the third baseman, Heel, has it go off of his glove. John Frank Salazar bailed out, and he gets a gift, and it's now just a 1-1 count instead of the second out of the inning. So runners remain at second and third base, with the Cardinals up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first, and that is an early gift from the Lakeland defense. The pitch, grounded, 1 hop over to shortstop. It's going to be enough to score Ortiz. Does it actually get made at first base, though? It does not. Too high a hop, a little bit too much indecision, and Salazar is going to reach base on an infield single. And that's going to make it 2-0 Beachbirds here in the bottom of the first. Some heads-up base running by the Cardinals base runners, too. Ortiz was going on contact at third base. The high hop allowed him to get home very quickly, but Luis Pino had to wait to see what the ball would do. Once he saw it high in the air, he took off for third. First pitch to Yordaline Pena, breaking ball called strike, and it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Pena. And the pitch, grounded over towards short. This could be 2. Shortstop to second for 1, on to first. It's in time. 6-4-3 goes the double play. That'll do it for Palm Beach here in the bottom of the first, but they get 2 runs. They do so on 2 errors and as well as 2 hits. And 2 are left on base. We are going to the top of the second inning next. Cardinals up 2-0 when we return to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. We go to the top of the second inning, 2-0 Cardinals. Couple of hits, couple of errors their way, courtesy of third baseman Samuel Heel. He made 2 of them. As Sequeira goes back to work, he'll face Garrett Pennington. Fires ball 1 low, followed by Christian Santana and Steven Hrustich. Face the minimum in the first, as Pennington takes a strike, 1-1. Struck out 2, walked Frangerber Montilla, but he was picked off. 1-1. Breaking ball tapped foul. It's 1-2. Lakeland had just 3 hits in yesterday's ball game. Garrett Pennington had 2 of them in a 2-for-4 day. Both of them were singles. 1-2. Soft ground ball back to the mound. Backhanded by Sequeira. Flips it easily over to first. And the 1-3 putout is made. 1 up and 1 down here in the second. Talking more about Sequeira, before his last start against the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles, he had been struggling a bit. Suffered the loss against St. Lucie. Though it was a quality start, 6 innings, 3 runs, it was enough to get the loss. As the next pitch popped up behind home plate, Sammy Hernandez gives chase, but it's going to find the seats, and it's 0-1. Critical games against the St. Lucie Mets. Cardinals could not even score a run in that ball game. They were shut out. Prior to that, 4 innings, 3 runs allowed against Daytona in a no decision. Changeup misses high, 1-1. And then prior to that, May 15th at Tampa, 6 earned runs allowed in just 2/3 of an inning. Pitch is lined down the left field line, but that'll go foul. And it's 1-2 to Christian Santana. But he's looking to put together a strong June. Sequeira last year joined the Palm Beach Cardinals just before August and helped the Cardinals to their championship run. 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2. He did so immediately following his 19th birthday. And he'll be 19 until the first week of August, and already an advanced starting pitcher for his level and age. Mile-high pop-up down the third base line. This one's going to find the seating area and out of play, and the count's still 2 balls, 2 strikes to Christian Santana, the first baseman. From the windup, here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball there from Sequeira. That is his 3rd strikeout through 5 batters, and there's 2 up and 2 down here in the second. Steven Hrustich will be the batter, the left fielder tonight for the Lakeland Flying Tigers. Shadows continue to creep in from the third base side, creating a light difference. As a breaking ball is a called strike, 0-1. Leonel Sequeira is in the sun. Home plate is in the shade. 0-1. This one's fouled off the hands and back next to me, a little bit to my right. And it's 0-2. 2-0 Cardinals. Little kid gets the baseball. That's a good thing to see. 0-2. Another foul ball. This one's going to find the street, though. Sequeira about to throw pitch number 30. And another 0-2. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball's going right now. That is a 1-2-3 top of the second inning with a couple of Ks. 4 overall for Leonel Sequeira. 2-0 Beach Birds going to the bottom of the second inning next at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Cardinals are up 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning at the Dean. Jose Suarez, Sammy Hernandez, and Angelo Encarnacion due up against Luke Stoffel as Stoffel fires high for ball 1. The Cardinals got 2 runs in the first inning. They did so on 2 hits and 2 errors committed by Samuel Gil, who's got 5 on the year now, as a foul ball is hit out of play, 1-1. Both runs were unearned for Stoffel. Here's the 1-1. That's a changeup that's dribbled up the third base line, but foul. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Suarez yesterday ended up having the game-winning hit. It was in the 4th inning of yesterday's game. It was an RBI single, which put the Beach Birds up 1-0. That's proof that that's all that they needed. Breaking ball outside, 1-2. Though for good measure, the Cardinals did add a couple more runs to win 3-0. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Jose Suarez is the first strikeout victim for Luke Stoffel, and that'll bring Sammy Hernandez to the plate.
The catcher, number 4, Sammy Hernandez.
Sammy Hernandez yesterday made his first professional start at first base, now back to his regular catching duties tonight. First pitch, dribbled foul, back to the backstop. It's 0-1. Sammy Hernandez struggling as of late. His batting average drops to .212. No home runs, 17 runs batted in. Hitting .069 in his last 10 games. And just like that, down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes after the foul ball. So Sammy trying to get back up and going again. He's got to do it with the shadow differences from pitcher's mound to home plate. Stoffel still in the sunlight. 0-2. This one's off the hands, popped up first base side, but it'll go foul and out of play. And look out. Some kids are scrambling at the ballpark to try and get a baseball. Stoffel from the windup and the 0-2. Another foul ball, this one just to our right in the press box. It'll hit the roof and out of play. Stoffel liking to work quickly. trying to keep a brisk pace on the mound. And another 0-2. Breaking ball. This one's drilled deep down the left field line, but it's going to hook way foul and go into the Marlins parking lot. Count remains 0-2. Hanging breaking ball there from Stoffel, but Sammy Hernandez unable to keep it fair. And the pitch. This one will go in fair territory. Shallow center field. Going out is the second baseman, Haydeen, also an outfielder, too. And like an outfielder, makes the catch. So 2 up and 2 down for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring the 9-hitter Angelo Encarnacion to the plate. Encarnacion, excuse me. Last night, 0 for 3, 2 lineouts to left field, as well as a strikeout. First pitch, Encarnacion takes a ball outside and low. 2-0 Cardinals. RBI single from Daniel Ortiz. RBI infield single by John Frank Salazar. Fastball right down the middle, strike 1. But the Cardinals were aided by 2 errors committed by Gil, the third baseman. 1-1. Tapped foul, 1-2. Cade McGee led off the inning by reaching on a throwing error and advancing to second base on that same error. Then on a pop-up in foul territory, Gil could not come up with a catch off the bat of John Frank Salazar, and that was his second error of the game. Check swing on a ball low. Did he go? No. Reginald Webb says he held up. No check swing challenge committed by Lakeland. A reminder, fans, in case you're new, that each team in the Florida State League gets 2 challenges on balls and strikes, and new in the last month or so, a check swing challenge, 1 per game, as Encarnacion takes a changeup down low and in for ball 3. So it's a full count with 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning. Top of the order waits on deck in Cade McGee. Correction, the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Up high for ball 3. I think there might be a miscount on the count, and that's what hitting coach Paul Benoit is saying, that it should be ball 4. And manager and third base coach Gary Kendall is going to walk down and say that, hold on, I think the count is wrong. And now the umpires are going to talk things over, and he's going to say, hey, do you think that the count is different? Seems to be a consensus that the Palm Beach Cardinals think it's ball 4. Angelo Encarnacion thinks it's ball 4. The official scorer here thinks it's ball 4. And it is corrected. It is ball 4. So that is a 2-out walk for Angelo Encarnacion. That is the first walk issued by Luke Stoffel tonight, and it turns the lineup over to Cade McGee.
The second baseman, number 8, Cade McGee.
McGee reached on an error and scored a run his first time up, 0 for 1 today. First pitch, fastball at the knees. He shakes his head, but McGee's not going to challenge. 0-1. McGee back-to-back starts at second base. Encarnacion draws the throw over to first. It's not in time. Encarnacion, 10 for 13 stealing bases this year. He is 4th on the team in steals. Cardinals not the most prolific base running team, but they will run in certain opportunities. As the breaking ball is outside, 1-1. They're nowhere near the base running team that the Jupiter Hammerheads, their roommates, are, who at one point were the league leaders. Now it's up the Tampa Tarpons on top in that category. Foul ball back to the screen. It's 1-2. The Palm Beach Cardinals, as a matter of fact, have the second fewest stolen bases in the league. Way behind in last is the Dunedin Blue Jays. Correction, third least. The Palm Beach Cardinals have the third least stolen bases. But then way down at the bottom, 48 steals for the Blue Jays, 44 for the Clearwater Threshers. as Cade McGee swings and misses at a breaking ball. That will do it for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-out walk is left at first base. The Cardinals will take a 2-0 lead going into the top of the third, which we will have for you next at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Top of the third inning, Cardinals lead the Flying Tigers 2-0. First pitch to Carson Rucker misses high and tight for ball one as Leonel Sequeira throws pitch number 30. It'll be the bottom third of the order for Lakeland as the next pitch is cut on and missed, 1-1. Carson Rucker, the DH, followed by the third baseman Samuel Heel and Ricardo Hurtado, the catcher. Sequeira with 4 strikeouts through the first 6 batters. As Rucker pops one foul and out of play, count goes to 1-2. Sequeira, for the most part, a strike thrower. He has 16 walks in 47 innings coming into today. He has walked a batter tonight. But he averages about 1 per game as a fastball is up high, 2-2. Sammy Hernandez, it appears, needs a new glove because some stitching was coming undone, so he goes to his backup, or might be a teammate's glove, I'm not sure. But I would think that Sammy Hernandez has 2 catching gloves. He's behind the plate a lot. 2-2, swing and a miss. The slider continues to work for Leonel Sequeira. That is 3 consecutive strikeouts and 5 overall, and there's 1 away. That'll bring Samuel Heel to the plate.
The third baseman, number 9, Samuel Gill.
Gill with 2 errors today, hitting 198 on the season. Yesterday, an 0-for-3 day with 2 lineouts and a strikeout. Fastball on the outside corner at 95 miles per hour. That's the fastest pitch of the day so far for Sequeira, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1. Fly ball, shallow right center field, coming in as Suarez, the right fielder. He's got a beat on it, and he makes the catch. So 2 up and 2 down for the Flying Tigers here in the third, and that'll bring the 9-hitter Ricardo Hurtado to the plate.
The catcher, number 17, Ricardo Hurtado.
Sequeira has retired 6 in a row, but if you include the pickoff, really he's retired everybody. This ball is smoked out to left field. Going back is Luis Pino. He's at the track, he's at the wall, and this ball is gone. Spoke too soon. The Lakeland Flying Tigers get their first run of the series. It's Ricardo Hurtado's 3rd home run of the year, and the Flying Tigers get a run back. The Cardinals now lead just 2-1. For Leonel Sequeira, that is the first home run that he has given up this season.
Number 5, Woody Hadeen.
And we go to the top of the order now. Woody Hadeen is the batter. He struck out his first time up. First pitch, swing and a miss. Good response there from Sequeira. And it's 0-1. 106.1 off the bat, 355 just clearing the outfield wall in left field as a line drive is right to the glove of Cade McGee for the 3rd out. Lakeland gets a run on the solo home run by Hurtado, but the Cardinals still lead 2-1, and they'll look to answer back when we return for the bottom of the third coming up next. Cardinals now lead 2-1. Ricardo Hurtado with a solo home run in the top of the frame. Rainiel Rodriguez on the first pitch lifts one to deep right field, but it's handled by Garrett Pennington, so he's 0 for 2 today, and he has found Pennington both times. So here is Danielle Ortiz with 1 away in the bottom of the third. Cardinals scored both of their runs in the bottom of the first, but Luke Stoffel has settled into this ball game. In fact, he has retired 5 of his last 6. Breaking ball is dropped in for a strike. It's 0-1. Ortiz with an RBI single and a run scored today. He's 1 for 1. He has now reached base safely in 12 straight games. Breaking ball away, 1-1. His batting average has gone up to 271. 4 home runs after his solo shot yesterday. He's up to 17 runs batted in today. Next pitch fouled away, 1-2. He is the hottest hitter in the Palm Beach Cardinals lineup right now. In fact, in his last 10 games, he's hitting close to 400 with a over 700 slugging percentage. Breaking ball just misses the top of the zone, and the count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We haven't seen a challenge yet from either team. Both teams proving to be conservative so far with them. And Ortiz will call a timeout. Stovall from the windup. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball. This one's driven deep to left center field. Going back on it is Hrustic. He looks up, and this ball is gone. Ortiz is Cardinal red hot right now. Another Beach Bird bomb. His 5th of the season. The Cardinals get the run back, and they now lead 3-1. That baseball just kept on carrying and carrying out to left center field. And that part of the fence, that dimension has not changed from last year. 378 feet, 108.7 off the bat, and Daniel Ortiz has tied this man at the plate, Luis Pino, for the team lead in home runs with 5. First pitch outside to Pino. Man, Ortiz is swinging a hot bat, isn't he? 2 for 2 already today. He's on cycle watch. Fastball high and tight, 2-0 to Pino. Pino doubled his last time up. He is 1 for 1. He now has 11 doubles on the year, which ties Yordelin Pena for the team lead, and he promptly smacks one into left field. That's going to be a base hit, so Pino's now 2 for 2. And now a runner at first for John Frank Salazar.
B1. The first baseman, number 11, John Frank Salazar.
John Frank Salazar today is 1 for 1 with an RBI infield single, but he was bailed out on a missed catch in foul territory by Samuel Heel on a 1-1 count. As a breaking ball is taken for a strike, it's 0-1. But to Salazar and the Cardinals, they will certainly take that. It allowed them to take a 2-0 lead after the first. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Salazar way out in front. Count goes to 0-2, and he'll call a timeout to reset. Stoffel from the stretch. Ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground to Heel, who fires to second base for 1. Hayden's throw over to first. It's in time. 5-4-3 goes the double play. Second double play the Cardinals have hit into tonight, and that'll do it for the 3rd inning. But Daniel Ortiz, solo blast to left center field, gives the Cardinals a 2-run lead once again, this time at 3-1. Going to the 4th inning next at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. We are back here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium as we welcome you back to the broadcast booth. I'm Brennan Erlinson, flying solo tonight. Ian Bakey, my partner, will be back tomorrow for some more Palm Beach Cardinals baseball. Well, how about Daniel Ortiz? He is swinging a scorching hot bat right now. He's 2 for 2 already today with 2 runs batted in. Blasted his 5th home run of the year to left center field. 108.7 off the bat. And that certainly helps out Leonel Sequeira, who gave up his first home run of the season in his last inning of work. It's his only mistake so far, as he looks to put a shutdown inning here on the Lakeland Flying Tigers as we go back down to the field now for the top of the 4th inning. Sequeira back to work, and he'll face the top of this order. Frangerber Montilla will take strike 1 on a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. It's Montilla followed by Jackson Strong and Garrett Pennington. Off-speed pitch outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Montilla walked his first time up. Swings and misses at a fastball. It's 1-2. But he was later picked off. Montilla calls timeout. Sequeira at 42 pitches now through 3+ innings. A pitcher who is capable of going deep in ball games. 1-2. Ground ball hit over to second base. Cade McGee in front of it. Takes his time, flips it to first, one away. So that'll bring Jackson Strong to the plate. Jackson Strong struck out looking his first time up. Sequeira, he hasn't done it this year, but last year in his FSL debut season, did have a start of 7 innings. So the Cardinals organization not afraid to have their starters go deep in ball games as a first pitch changeup misses outside for ball 1 to Strong. The max this year for Sequeira is 6 innings. As a changeup misses outside again, 2-0. It was in the 3-0 loss to St. Lucie back on May 29th. Fastball just a little bit low and away. Count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. And the 3-0. A green light from Jackson Strong. He fouls it back, 3-1. 3-1 Cardinals on top here in the top of the 4th inning of Game 2 of this 6-game series. The Lakeland Flying Tigers trying to maintain their first place position in the FSL West, just a game ahead of their rivals, the Tampa Tarpons. As a foul ball is back to the screen again, 3-2. Should Lakeland and Tampa finish with the same first half record next Thursday, Tampa has the head-to-head tiebreaker, and they will take the division crown. As the next pitch is lined into the glove of Cade McGee, the ball is ruled that he caught it in the air. So McGee has been busy these last 3 batters. 2 lineouts and a ground out to him. And there's 2 up and 2 down here in the 4th.
The right fielder, number 34, Garrett Pennington.
So here is Garrett Pennington, grounded out back to the pitcher his first time up. First pitch, slider in there for a called strike, 0-1. Sequeira about to throw his 50th pitch of the night. 0-1. Off the hands, loop down the right field line. This one's going to drop in fair territory for a base hit. Pennington around first. He is going to hold up there on a huge turn. Jose Suarez gets the ball in quickly. So Pennington with just the 2nd hit of the game for Lakeland. He's aboard as a 2-out base runner, and that'll bring Christian Santana to the plate. Lakeland comes into today with a 33-24 record. It's the best record in the Florida State League. And as mentioned before, 1-game lead over the Tampa Tarpons. The Palm Beach Cardinals, 4 games back of the St. Lucie Mets in the FSL East. As the first pitch changeup brushes away Christian Santana. It's 1-0. Cardinals are not in control of their own destiny. They come in with a record of 27-30, and they need help. They need the St. Lucie Mets to lose some games, in addition to them picking up some wins. Breaking ball outside, 2-0. Including tonight, there are 8 games left in the first half of the year for Palm Beach. Sammy Hernandez will go out and have a quick word with Sequeira. 8 games left in the first half of the season. And the Cardinals have really struggled against St. Lucie this year, going just 1-6 against them. So the Cardinals not only need to have a dominant series against the league's best team right now in the Lakeland Flying Tigers, they need to have a really strong series and then carry that into next week when they take on the St. Lucie Mets. And I should correct myself. A doubleheader is scheduled for Tuesday in St. Lucie, so really there are 9 games left, including tonight, for the Palm Beach Cardinals. Again, we had a rainout on June 1st. The Cardinals will be the home team in one of those games as a broken bat fly ball is hit near third base, and Daniel Ortiz has it, and he makes the catch, and that'll do it for Lakeland here in the top of the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. 3-1 Cardinals lead. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning next at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Cardinals lead the Flying Tigers 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Luke Stoffel back to work as the first pitch from Yordaline Pena is hit right to the right fielder, Garrett Pennington, in right field for out number 1. So just like the start of last inning, 1 pitch, 1 out, into right field. Pena is now 0 for 2. That'll bring Jose Suarez to the plate, who struck out his first time up. Cardinals scored 2 runs in the first before both teams exchanged a home run in the third. Suarez takes strike 1. Ricardo Hurtado hit a solo home run off of Sequeira in the top of the third, and Daniel Ortiz responded with a solo home run of his own in the bottom of the frame. Ground ball over to third base. Gil, a high throw from third base. It ends up in the netting again. Suarez is going to have second base. That is the 3rd error for Samuel Gil this season. I should say it's the 6th error of the season. It's the 3rd error of this game.
075.
Just not his game over there.
The catcher, number 4,
As Sammy Hernandez comes up to the plate with a man in scoring position. So Sammy Hernandez with a runner in scoring position now. For Lakeland, that's now 5 errors in the first 2 games of this series, as a quick disengagement resets the clock. Stoffel from the stretch. First pitch breaking ball at the knees for a called strike. It's 0-1. It's got to be all mental on the side of the Lakeland third baseman. Just a tough day in the field, matching the number of errors today with what he had coming in with on the year, as a fastball misses low, 1-1. Hopefully that made sense. I may have jumbled my words just then, but I think you get the point. Sammy Hernandez popped out to second base his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 17 runs batted in on the year. Breaking ball, this is smoked through the left side. That's a base hit into left field. Suarez is going to be held up at third. It's going to put runners at the corners with 1 out for the 9-hitter Angelo Encarnacion.
B10.
More hard contact for the Palm Beach Cardinals. Sammy Hernandez had that ball jump off of his bat at 100 miles per hour. Another mound visit coming from Lakeland pitching coach Ollie Cady. His second trip out there today as Encarnacion comes up to the plate. He walked his first time up. Cardinals up 3-1, and they're looking for more. And this is a Lakeland team that is capable of some comeback wins. They did so the first time that these two teams met back in early May, when the Lakeland Flying Tigers swept the Palm Beach Cardinals with a couple of comeback wins. So the Palm Beach Cardinals know that no lead is safe, and you can never be too sure of yourself. And when they are on the outside looking in of a playoff race, they need every run they can get, and they need to control what they can control, and that is their own game. One thing the Cardinals will not want to do here is ground into a double play, which they have done twice already today. First pitch, breaking ball outside. It's 1-0. Sammy Hernandez looked like he was starting to go towards second base. Manager Gary Kendall relaying the signs once again. See if the double steal play is on for the Palm Beach Cardinals. You got Suarez at third and Hernandez at first. Fastball low, 2 balls, no strikes to Encarnacion, who comes in hitting 189, 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in, just trying to get above the Mendoza line, trying to get some consistency with his offensive game. 2-0 inside, 3 balls and no strikes. But Encarnacion is very much capable of some power and some loud contact. Some of the hardest exit velos of the year for Palm Beach are off of his bat. 3-0. Outside, that is a 4-pitch walk, and Encarnacion has walked twice tonight. He's the only batter that has drawn a walk off of Stoffel, and that loads the bases. The Lakeland bullpen is starting to get stirring, though nobody is throwing yet, as we go to the top of the order in Cade McGee. McGee is 0 for 2 today, reached on an error, scored a run in the first, and struck out his last time up. And has got a major opportunity to expand the Cardinals' lead. Breaking pitch on the outside corner. McGee shakes his head, but does not challenge it. And it's 0-1. Cardinals have one grand slam this year. That was a Maikel Hernandez pinch hit grand slam. The last time that they were home. It was back on May 31st. Skips in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. May 31st against the St. Lucie Mets in what was one of the Cardinals' few wins against St. Lucie this year. One ball, 1 strike to McGee, the pitch. Painted on the outside corner, 1-2. In fact, the Cardinals, they only have 2 wins against the Mets this year. And that May 31st game was the most recent one, an 11-1 victory. Which ended up being the end of the series until the game got rained out on June 1st, which is being made up on Tuesday. Breaking ball, this ball is hit in the air. Straightaway center field, going back on it is Jackson Strong. He is under it, he makes the catch. Tagging is everybody for Palm Beach, including Suarez, who comes home to score. Sacrifice fly for Cade McGee, and it is a 4-1 Cardinals lead here in the 4th. Good base running by everybody to trail Suarez to put runners at second and third with 2 away for Raniel Rodriguez.
The designated hitter number 41, Raniel Rodriguez.
Rodriguez hitless here at home through the first 2 games, looking for hit number 1 in front of this home crowd. He'll take strike 1 on the fastball. It's 0-1. Exploded onto the scene, not only in the FCL, but here with the Palm Beach Cardinals. He homered on the first swing he took back on Tuesday at Fort Myers. 0-1, fouled back. It's 0-2. Again, just 18 years old. The number 7 prospect in the St. Louis Cardinals system, according to MLB Pipeline, and the FCL just could not contain him. 0-2. This ball is popped up in the air. Near the second base bag, the second baseman on the shortstop side. Hayden waits for it, and he makes the catch. That'll do it for Palm Beach here in the bottom of the 4th, but they add another run on the sac fly by Cade McGee. 4-1 lead. We're going to the top of the 5th inning next at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Cardinals now lead 4-1. Leonel Sequeira back to work. He'll face 6, 7, and 8 for Lakeland. Steven Hrustich, Carson Rucker, and Samuel Giel. Sequeira from the windup. First pitch, check swing, doesn't matter. It's a called strike. It's 0-1. Hrustich struck out his first time up. 1 of 5 strikeouts for Sequeira tonight. Fastball just off the outside corner, 1-1. Sequeira has made 1 mistake today. A solo home run by Ricardo Hurtado. The first home run that he has allowed this season. Changeup floats in for a strike. It's 1-2. Cardinals looking to win their 3rd straight game tonight. As a breaking ball is cut on and missed, and Hrustich doesn't even try to go to first on the drop. 3rd strike. He's put away. 6th strikeout for Sequeira, and there's 1 out here in the 5th.
Number 18, Carson Rucker.
He is 1 off of his season high, which came against the Lakeland Flying Tigers back on May 3rd. It came in a loss. Now Sequeira trying to turn that around here at home. First pitch, hit on the ground, slowly up the third base line, but foul. Rene Rivera, the manager and third base coach, fields it nicely. Former big league catcher, and last year was the bench coach for Lakeland, now promoted to manager with .01. Check swing, did he go? Yes, according to Reginald Webb, and no challenge from Carson Rucker. And it's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Another slider, another K. Make that tied for a season-high 7 Ks for Leonel Segura. And there's 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th. Here's the first pitch to Gil. Breaking ball freezes him. 0-1. Next pitch foul back. It's quickly 0-2. And Segura has a chance for the first time since the 2nd inning to get a 1-2-3 inning. Let's see if he can do it. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Well, this pitch skips in the dirt and off of the chest protector of the home plate umpire, Dylan Toomey. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Very solid Silver Sluggers and company crowd here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. The lights are starting to come on. Just a little over an hour into this game, and the sun's starting to go down, and breeze has cooled off a little bit, so it's turned into a very pleasant night here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Grounded over towards third base. Daniel Ortiz had it in his glove, but slipped a little bit and had the ball come out of his glove there. And that's likely going to be an E5 on Ortiz to keep the inning alive. And that'll bring the 9-hitter Ricardo Hurtado to the plate. On 2 hops, he had it in the glove, but just lost his footing a little bit and also lost the baseball. And a little bit of tough luck there from Ortiz. So now from the stretch, Hurtado comes to face Segura. First pitch. Breaking ball, called strike, and it's 0-1. For the moment, it's ruled an infield single. Breaking ball drops to the knees once again. It's quickly 0-2. Hurtado with the solo home run his last time up. The only run of the game so far for Lakeland. Fastball at 95 goes high. It's 1-2. Nobody warming up in either bullpen. Segura at 67 pitches, trying to finish the 5th inning, trying to qualify for a win. Long pause. Runner goes from first. The pitch. Tapped foul at the plate. Count still 1 ball and 2 strikes as Guild goes back to first base. Another 1-2. Breaking ball drops in for a call. 3rd strike. Season high 8 strikeouts for Segura tonight, and he's through 5 with the Cardinals on top 4-1 as a runner is left at first base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Cardinals looking for more when we return to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, where the Palm Beach Cardinals lead the Lakeland Flying Tigers 4-1. Brendan Erlinson here, happy to have you as part of Cardinals coverage tonight on what has become a very pleasant night here in Jupiter. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for the Cardinals. Daniel Ortiz, Luis Pino, and John Frank Salazar as Luke Stoffel goes back to work on the mound. Ortiz already having a great day at the plate. RBI single in the 1st, solo home run in the 3rd. He's on cycle watch. And he's swinging a scorching bat right now. First pitch, check swing, and the swing is called by home plate umpire Dylan Toomey for a strike, but Daniel Ortiz wants to challenge it.
The swing was called, the batter is challenging.
So this is our first check swing challenge of the series. Let's see the call up on the video board. And it is revealed that Ortiz went around.
The call is confirmed. The Cardinals do not have a challenge left.
Cardinals cannot challenge any check swings on both sides the rest of the game. They are 0 for 1 in that category. 0-1 the count to Ortiz. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 1. This is very new to the Florida State League, as Major League Baseball is testing new rules and procedures and technology. As Ortiz swings and misses at a breaking ball 1-2. Started about a month ago. And while it is my opinion that there are still some things that need to be worked out, Major League Baseball is intending to try and put certainty and absolutes into something in the game of baseball that's up to a lot of interpretation. 1-2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still pretty cool that they are able to do it at this time in 2025, as Ortiz swings and misses at a fastball. And that is just the 3rd strikeout for Luke Stoffel tonight, and he sits down Ortiz, who's now 2 for 3. Here's Luis Pino. He is also on cycle watch. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a single, but he is going to face a new Tiger pitcher as Rene Rivera, the manager for the Tigers, comes out, and Luke Stoffel, it appears, is going to be done tonight. 4 1/3 innings pitched, but he is on the losing end for the Lakeland Flying Tigers. Although a signal has not been made yet, he does take the baseball. There's the signal. So we are going to have a pitching change here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Nobody on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning with the Cardinals up 4-1. We will be right back to tell you about the new pitcher when we return. 4-1 Cardinals. Luke Stoffel exits the game after he goes 4 1/3 innings pitched, 4 runs on just 1 earned. 6 hits, including a home run, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. His defense did not help him today. And by defense, I mean Samuel Keel. He committed all 3 of the Lakeland Flying Tigers errors. Ignacio Briseño is coming in. The side-arming lefty will be the first to face Luis Pino, who is 2 for 2 today. Briseño on the season comes in with a record of 2-4 with a 4.21 earned run average, making his 17th appearance of the year. So here is Pino swinging a hot bat tonight, a double and a single. First pitch, check swing on a ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Cardinals trying to expand on their 3-run lead as Pino swings and misses at a breaking ball. It's 1-1. And Pino will call it time. Cardinals trying to win their 3rd straight game. They're trying to catch up to the St. Lucie Mets, and they're hopeful that the Daytona Tortugas can play spoiler this week up at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. 1-1. This ball smacked down the left field line. Will it stay fair? Just barely goes foul down the left field line. And it's 1-2. By the way, last inning, Samuel Heel was originally aboard on an infield single. That play has been changed to an E5 on Ortiz, as Pino smacks one on 1 hop to Samuel Heel, and this one's into left field for a base hit most likely, but it's been that kind of night at the hot corner for Samuel Heel.
B1.
So Pino is aboard with 1 away, and here is John Frank Salazar. Pino hit it hard, but not quite as hard as I thought. 93.8 off the bat, but he is given a single as Salazar takes strike 1. Make that a 3 for 3 day for Luis Pino. And we're only in the 5th, so he could get 1, maybe 2 more opportunities to make it a career night. 0-1. This one's tapped up the 3rd base line. There's only going to be 1 play. The throw strong over to first, and it's in time. Salazar retired on the 5-3 putout. Pino moves up to 2nd, and there's 2 away.
And 32.
That brings Yordelin Pena to the plate.
The center fielder, number 25, Yordelin Pena.
Pena today 0 for 2. He has grounded into a double play and has flown out to right field. Briseño looks back at second base. The pitch. Pena, breaking ball outside. Takes it, and it's 1-0. Pena yesterday with a 1 for 4 day, doubled and scored a run, trying to keep that going. As he takes a pitch, it appears on the outside corner. No challenge from Pena. Cardinals still have the balls and strikes challenges. That would have been one that the Cardinals would have won if they decided to use it, but it's a 1-1 count. One pitch, misses low. Ignacio Briseño, he goes with that sidearm delivery from the left side. Throws in the high 80s, but there's a lot of movement, and if there was a left-handed hitter in this Palm Beach lineup, it would be really effective against him, but it's all righties tonight for Palm Beach. Pitch misses inside, 3-1. Nobody warming up in the Palm Beach Cardinals bullpen, which means Leonel Sequeira is going to go back out for the 6th, at least at this point in time. 3-1. Swing and a miss. 88 fastball tied up Pena. Count goes full. Luis Pino at second base. Cardinals up 4-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pino dances off second base. The pitch. Taken low for ball 4. Close pitch, but it goes the way of the Palm Beach Cardinals. It's the 3rd walk drawn by the Cardinals, and there's 2 away with runners at first and second for Jose Suarez.
Right fielder, number 5, Jose Suarez.
According to the computer, that ball was just below the zone, so smart on Lakeland not to challenge it. They would have lost it. Both teams still have their ball strikes challenges today, with the Cardinals losing their check swing challenge. First pitch, Suarez takes a fastball inside. There's a challenge from Ricardo Hurtado. First one of the day used by Lakeland.
The pitch was called a ball. The catcher is challenging.
We'll see it up on the video board here. Let's see if Lakeland's correct. And they are.
The call is overturned. The Tigers have 2 ABS challenges remaining.
So Hurtado using that challenge in the right moment here. It's 0-1 now to Suarez, who is 0 for 2 today, reached on an error his last time up and scored a run. That was back in the 4th. Pickoff play is on, but not executed by the Flying Tigers. The throw goes to third. Pino is safe on the stolen base. So Pino alert on the base paths. He picks up steal number 3 on the year. Yordelin Pena stayed back at first. So runners at the corners now. It's no balls, 2 strikes to Jose Suarez, who had an RBI yesterday. He's up to 8 on the season. Hitting .242. He's got a couple of birds on the bases here for him. Breaking ball misses low and away, 1-2. Again, you can never take this Lakeland team for granted. The Cardinals had the leads in early May, but ended up getting swept. So they want some more insurance runs. 1-2, runner goes from first. The pitch is lifted in the air down the right field line. It is hooking into the corner. Can't quite see it, but I did see the baseball skip and bounce high, so Pennington could not come up with the catch. It's going to be a foul ball, and it remains 1-2. At this ballpark, from my vantage point in the broadcast booth, there are 2 places where I just cannot see, and that is deep into the corners in left and right field. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Throw goes over to first base. Pena just back in time. That throw was a little bit high from Briseño. Had it been right on the money, Pena is dead to rights. But he remains. Pena caught off the bases. The pickoff play is on, but the throw goes home, and it's late and offline. So in a way, it works for the Palm Beach Cardinals. Pena comes in to score. Pena moves up to second, and it's 5-1 Cardinals. Christian Santana, the first baseman, tried to go home immediately on the pickoff play. Pena was off on the throw, but a very wide throw allows the run to score easily. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Suarez down on strikes, but the Cardinals add an insurance run. They do so with some base running, and they take a 5-1 lead over the Lakeland Flying Tigers. We'll be back for the top of the 6th inning next at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Leonel Sequeira is back to work for the Palm Beach Cardinals here in the 6th, and the Cardinals extend their lead to 5-1 with what ends up being an effective double steal from Yordelin Pena and Luis Pino. Sequeira fires strike one to Woody Hadeen. Top of the order for Lakeland, it's Hadeen, Montilla, and Strong. Third time through the order here as the next pitch is lifted down the left field line. Slicing towards the corner, Luis Pino does not come up with it, but the ball falls in foul territory. And all it is a long strike two. Hadeen today is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a lineout to second base. Lakeland with 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors today, while the Palm Beach Cardinals have 5 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. I'm Brennan Erlinson, happy to have you for Palm Beach Cardinals coverage tonight. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Make that a newer season high. 9 strikeouts for Leonel Sequeira. And there's 1 away here in the 6th. In fact, that is now a career high for strikeouts in a game with 9. His previous high was 8 last year in the FCL in July 13th's game against the FCL Nationals. As the first pitch to Montilla is outside for ball 1. Still just 19 years old, the young right-hander. As the next pitch is lifted in the air to right center field, going back on it is Suarez and Pena. It is Pena, the center fielder, at the track, making the catch. 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th. And that'll bring Jackson Strong to the plate. Wait a minute, what happened here? Montilla is standing at second base. He appears to be safe, but manager Gary Kendall is going to go out for an explanation. He wants to see the explanation from the field umpire. I think this is a catch the whole way, right? Did I miss something? Are they saying that it was some kind of interference? I need a replay review of this one. So the ball is hit to right center field. Pena catches it. Oh, and then he drops it on the track. Okay, so Reginald Webb is saying that Pena never had the ball secured in his glove the entire time, and thus it is a dropped ball in right center field. Okay, that I couldn't see out in right center field. And that's what Gary Kendall's arguing right now. He's saying that Pena caught the ball and then dropped it on the transfer as he was running towards the wall. And manager Gary Kendall, very animated. He leaves very strong words for Reginald Webb, but stays in the ball game. So this will not be a fly out to center field. And Pena, it turns out, does not come up with the baseball. Thankful we have video here at the ballpark for the first year, because I wouldn't have had any idea that Pena actually ended up dropping that ball at the end. So it's still just 1 out here in the 6th. As the next pitch, well, it's hit out to center field. It's shallow. Going out is Encarnacion, the shortstop, and Encarnacion is the one who makes the catch.
The right fielder, number 34, Garrett Pennington.
So as a matter of fact, Pena is charged with his 3rd error of the season on that play. It's an E8. 2nd error of the day for Palm Beach. But now with 2 outs, here is Garrett Pennington, who is 1 for 2 today. Sequeira's first pitch, breaking ball on the outside corner, called a strike. Pennington has one of the 2 hits for Lakeland. The other one, the Ricardo Hurtado solo home run in the 3rd. 5-1 Cardinals here in the top of the 6th. Sequeira trying to finish strong here in the 6th. And the next pitch is outside, 1-1. Sequeira just under 80 pitches right now. 1-1, fouled off the hands, and just to my right in front of me, and out of play. Count goes to 1-2. Sequeira with the next pitch. This one fouled out of play again, and it's still 1-2. And pitch number 80 is on the way as Frangerber Montilla is waiting at second base on the 2-base error. Twilight sky here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. A look back at second base. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts for Leonel Sequeira. And once again, sets a new career high. 6 strong innings. And the Palm Beach Cardinals will take their 5-1 lead into the bottom of the 6th, which we will have for you when we return to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium.
Lifelong learning can be across the U.S. You can find a location near you at sportclips.com. Sportclips.
6 strong innings for Leonel Sequeira. If he is done, a great start. If he's not, well, then he'll try to do something that he hasn't done since last year, and that is complete 7 innings. But we'll wait for that, because right now it's the bottom of the 6th inning, and Sammy Hernandez, Agnello Encarnacion, and the top of the order, Cade McGee, are due up. They will face a new pitcher. Duque Abert will be on the mound now for the Lakeland Flying Tigers, the Nicaraguan native. On the season, Abert 2-1 with a 7.33 earned run average, making his 14th appearance of the season for the Flying Tigers. Sammy Hernandez leading things off. He's 1 for 2 today. First pitch, he shows bunt. He gets it down. It's a good one. Ricardo Hurtado, the catcher, spins and fires it to first, and it's not in time. A great defensive play, but an even greater bunt by Sammy Hernandez, who's now 2 for 3, just barely beating out the throw to first. And that'll bring Agnello Encarnacion to the plate. So Sammy Hernandez going with some small ball over there at first, and here is Encarnacion, who has walked twice tonight. Throw goes over to first. It's not in time. By the way, Ignacio Briseño, his night is done after 2/3 of an inning. 1 run as it was earned on 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Breaking ball drops in for a strike. It's 0-1 to Encarnacion. Duque Abert has a very cool story behind him. Signed by the Tigers as a free agent in March of 2023, immediately after the World Baseball Classic. Fastball called a strike. It's 0-2. He was playing for Team Nicaragua and put on a show in pool play down in Miami at Lone Depot Park. 0-2, outside, 1-2. And while Team Nicaragua did not succeed in pool play, he himself had 1 inning where he struck out the side against the Dominican Republic. 1-2 foul back. It's still 1-2 to Encarnacion. He struck out the side. Here are the hitters that he struck out: Juan Soto, Rafael Devers, and Julio Rodriguez. All all-stars in Major League Baseball. And he struck them out against a very strong Dominican team. 1-2. This one's hit hard on the ground, but right to Montilla, the shortstop, who flips to second. Throw goes on to first, and it's in time. That is the 3rd double play that the Cardinals have hit into tonight. takes away the leadoff bunt base hit by Sammy Hernandez.
69.
And with 2 away, here is Cade McGee.
The second baseman, number 8, Cade McGee.
Ebert last year went 5-2 with a 5.16 earned run average for the Flying Tigers, and he's struggling here to start the season as McGee takes strike 1. A 1 pitch, off speed, misses outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch, swing and a miss, another off-speed offering there. The count goes to 1-2. Cardinals have now grounded into 33 double plays on the year, which is middle of the pack. Coming into tonight, the Dunedin Blue Jays have grounded into the most with 50. And Lakeland has actually grounded into the second most with 41. Off-speed popped up, third base side, foul territory. The catcher Hurtado chases it, but he has no play. It bounces into the seats. Count remains 1-2 to Cade McGee. McGee tonight is 0 for 2. 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly his last time up back in the 4th. Reached on an error and scored a run back in the 1st. And another 1-2. This one's popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Santana under it. Makes the catch in foul territory. That'll do it for the Cardinals here in the 6th as Duque Ebert faces the minimum. And the Cardinals still lead 5-1. We are going to the top of the 7th inning coming up next here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Welcome back to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, everyone. Back up here in the broadcast booth. I'm Brennan Erlinson. Happy to have you for Palm Beach Cardinals baseball. My partner Ian Benke will be back on tomorrow. He has off today. But the Cardinals, they are on today. They lead 5-1, chipping away at the Lakeland Flying Tigers, taking what they're giving them. Daniel Ortiz staying hot once again. And how about Leonel Sequeira's day? 6 innings, 1 run. He allows just 1 mistake, the solo home run to Ricardo Hurtado, but strikes out a career-high 10 batters. 10 batters, and that is the kind of start that Sequeira and the Palm Beach Cardinals would have wanted out of him tonight. So now we go to the Palm Beach Cardinals bullpen. Angel Cuenca will be the first one out of the Cardinals pen, and he'll look to keep this 5-1 lead intact as we go into the top of the 7th inning now. Christian Santana will lead things off for Lakeland. Let's go down to the field now, shall we? First pitch misses outside for ball 1. It'll be Santana, followed by Steven Rustich and Carson Rucker here in the top of the 7th inning. Cuenca with a breaking ball way outside and low, 2 balls and no strikes. Final line on Sequeira, 6 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, one of which was a solo home run. Walked 1 batter and struck out 10. Next pitch, drilled deep down the left field line, but a mile foul. And Cuenca gets away with a mistake. Santana nearly with his 6th home run of the year. Cuenca making his first appearance of the series. Fires a breaking ball down and away, ball 3. Cuenca on the year 1-0 with a 7.32 earned run average. He is making his 13th appearance of the season. 3-1 off the end of the bat, blooped down towards right field, and this one's going to drop for a base hit in front of Jose Suarez, and that's just the 3rd hit of the game for the Lakeland Flying Tigers. But the leadoff man is aboard. In fact, it's the first time tonight that the Flying Tigers have had the leadoff man on base. So that brings Steven Hrustich to the plate. Cuenca's on a bit of a heater right now. His last 3 appearances have combined for 2 2/3 scoreless innings with 2 strikeouts. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. Has a couple of blips in the month of May that caused his ERA to inflate. This all coming after a rough April. Here's a 1-0. Fastball on the corner, it's 1-1. However, Lakeland wants to use their challenge. Second one on balls and strikes tonight.
The pitch was called strike. The batter is challenging.
So we will see it up on the video board now to see if Lakeland's correct. And they are not.
The call is confirmed. The Tigers have one ABS challenge remaining.
So you heard it from home plate umpire Dylan Toomey. One ABS challenge remaining, and it's a 1-1 count. Hrustic has struck out twice tonight. 2 of the 10 for Leonel Sequeira. Long pause, the pitch. Breaking ball a little bit low. Cuenca slowing the pace down a tad. Here's the next pitch. Fastball ties up Hrustic, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Cardinals will set up to turn 2, something they have not done in this series yet. Although Lakeland has not had a lot of runners on to prompt a double play. Time is called by Sammy Hernandez behind home plate. That is a disengagement. First one for Cuenca here. Cuenca last pitched last Wednesday, so it's been a while. As a breaking ball drops in for a called third strike at 77 miles per hour, and Hrustic down on strikes for the third time. One out, here is Carson Rucker, the designated hitter.
Carson Rucker.
So the Cardinals remain in double play depth with one out, the pitch. Breaking ball down low, ball 1. Cardinals lead 5-1 here in the top of the 7th inning in Game 2 of this 6-game series against Lakeland as we make the push for the first half division title here in both the East and West divisions. Fastball high, 2-0. The Lakeland Flying Tigers come in with the best record and 1 game ahead of the Tampa Tarpons for first place in the FSL West Division. 2-0. Breaking ball just low. 3 balls and no strikes. The Cardinals, however, 27-30 coming into tonight. 4 games back of the St. Lucie Mets. So the Cardinals do not control their own destiny for the first half of this season. They need to win. St. Lucie needs to lose. 3-0. Fastball down low, ball 4. That is a 4-pitch walk. Just the second walk issued by Palm Beach pitching tonight, and it puts runners at first and second with 1 out. It is the first time tonight that the Lakeland Flying Tigers have had 2 runners on base. With that, pitching coach Michael O is going to go out and have a word with Angel Cuenca and the rest of the infield. Tomorrow, it's a thirsty Thursday here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. First pitch is coming up at 6:30 p.m. Same time on Friday. Saturday is the Play Ball Skills Clinic that fans still have a chance to sign up for. It's going to be a huge turnout here in the morning of Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium on Saturday. It takes place from 10 to noon. And then it's a kids club Saturday, 6 p.m. first pitch. Then on Sunday, it'll be the series finale, 12:30 p.m. first pitch on Sunday. It'll be a Father's Day celebration. And just announced today, if you go on the Palm Beach Cardinals Instagram story, it can give you a link for the Father's Day special, which is a ticket, a burger, and a beer, all for $20. So go check that out on Instagram. First pitch to Samuel Keel is fouled out of play. It's 0-1. Cardinals infield sets up to turn 2 once again. Cuenca looks back. Runners start dancing the pitch. Down low for ball 1. Sequeira trying to get his second consecutive win on the year and second overall. 6 very strong innings for him on a career night in strikeouts with 10. 1-1. Off the hands, but lined into right field. That's a base hit. The runners will go station to station as Suarez makes a strong throw to home plate. But it loads the bases for Lakeland for the 9-hitter Ricardo Hurtado.
The catcher, number 17, Ricardo Hurtado.
Hurtado today 1 for 2 with that solo home run, which to this point is the only Lakeland run. Fouls back to first pitch. It's 0-1. Cardinals infield is playing back. They are going to try and turn 2, or at minimum, take it out for a run. But Lakeland with their biggest threat of the series so far. As the ball is low, the throw to third, not in time. Sammy Hernandez tried to backpick the runner Santana, but unsuccessfully, though it was a close play. 1-1 the count. Still with 1 out here in the 7th inning. Cuenca will go from the windup. And the pitch. This ball driven into the night, deep to left field, but it's going to hook foul and into the Marlins parking lot. And Cuenca, for the 2nd time in this inning, gets away with a mistake. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. This one is lined into right field, going back on it is Suarez, still going back. He tracks it down and he makes the running catch into the wall. The runners all hold up. None of them tag. What a break for the Cardinals. What a catch for Suarez, and there's 2 away. Well, that's just some bad base running for Lakeland. The ball went all the way to the track, just in front of the wall. And Christian Santana thought it was going to drop the whole way, as well as the other runners. And the bases remain loaded for the top of the order, Woody Haydeen. What a great job by Suarez to track that baseball down. Cuenca's first pitch to Haydeen at the knees, 0-1. So it's still a 5-1 score. Haydeen today 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. But he is hit on the next pitch, and that's going to be an RBI hit by pitch, which makes it a 5-2 ball game. Palm Beach arguing that he leaned into it, but he did turn away from it. So the bases remain loaded for Frangerber Montilla.
The shortstop, number 12, Frangerber Montilla.
Tying run now at first base for Lakeland. Go-ahead run at the plate. First pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the mid of Hernandez. No balls and 1 strike. Cuenca trying to limit the damage. And the 0-1. Hard hit on the ground. Cade McGee stops it, tries to go to second for the easy out, but he cannot come up with it. It's going to be an RBI for Montilla, and Lakeland adds another. It's 5-3, still in favor of Palm Beach. It was McGee's only play. A really good stop up the middle. Probably saves a run for now. But the bases remain loaded, and the game's tying run is at second base. So that'll bring Jackson Strong to the plate. But before that, Sammy Hernandez and the infield are going to have a mound conference themselves. There is action in the Palm Beach bullpen. Lefty Jack Finley is warming up. And the Cardinals want him to get warmed up pretty quick. So this could just be a stall tactic for the Palm Beach Cardinals. Manager Gary Kendall is still at the top step of the dugout. And for now, we'll not be making a pitching change as Angel Cuenca will go to work against Jackson Strong with the bases loaded. Montilla credited with an RBI infield single, but just like that, manager Gary Kendall is making the walk out to the mound. So we will have a pitching change here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Cuenca leaves the bases loaded for Jack Finley, who we will tell you about next. 5-3, Cardinals lead cut in half, leading by just 2. Finley trying to finish the inning when we return to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium.
Number 32, Jack Finley.
So it's Jack Finley coming in to pitch for the Palm Beach Cardinals as Angel Cuenca loaded the bases. He goes just 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. Does strike out a batter, but all 3 runners are his responsibility. Finley, 0-2 on the year with a 5.76 earned run average, making his 16th appearance of the year. Has not pitched since Thursday, but when he took the mound last, 3 scoreless innings in a no decision against Fort Myers. The last time he pitched at home, however, he went an inning and a third. He was charged with 6 earned runs. Just a few blips here and there, but otherwise a strong season. He's got a few games where he allows a bunch of runs, but I see a lot of zeros on his game log. It's very deceiving with that 5.76 earned run average. Now trying to strand inherited runners, and it's a lefty-lefty matchup at the plate with Jackson Strong. First pitch, breaking ball high, 1-0. Gil is at third. Hedin is at second. Montilla is at first. 1-0. This ball is hit a mile high to right field. Jose Suarez doesn't see it. The right fielder doesn't see it. And Cade McGee's trying to make the catch. He does not. The ball drops in right field. The bases are going to clear. And Lakeland's going to take a 6-5 lead with the ball being lost in the sky. And this game has flipped upside down. Suarez just didn't see it until the last moment. Cade McGee had to go play impromptu right field. Yordaline Pena wasn't there in time. And Lakeland made a base running mistake earlier in the inning. They did not have it there. Everybody was running, and all 3 runs come in to score easily. So Finley, with 1 swing, allows the inherited runners to score. Here's Garrett Pennington, who takes ball 1. Because a ball was lost in the lights, you cannot assume an error. And it's a 3 RBI double for Jackson Strong. Next pitch fouled away. It's 1-1. We are in that twilight sky as the sun continues to set. The lights just now starting to take their full effect as a pitch is cut on and missed, 1-2. You got to see it off the bat here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, because if you don't, that happens. And now 5 runs have scored in the inning for Lakeland. And Pennington is the 9th man to bat. Fastball misses away. Count goes to 2-2. And Lakeland takes their first lead of the series, now up 6-5. As I said earlier, you can't take the Flying Tigers for granted. They are capable of comebacks, and they have done so against Palm Beach this year. 2-2, curveball taken for called, strike 3. That'll do it for Lakeland. But this game has completely flipped upside down. The Flying Tigers have taken a 6-5 lead. We are going to the bottom of the 7th inning at stretch time. The Cardinals are going to look for a response when we return for the bottom of the 7th.
Lakeland Flying Tigers versus Palm Beach Cardinals game.
7th-inning stretch, but this game has completely changed here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium as the Lakeland Flying Tigers score 5 in the top of the 7th to take a 6-5 lead. Brennan Erlinson here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Happy to have you. Still plenty of game left here as Duque Abert goes back out to work. He'll face Raniel Rodriguez, Danielle Ortiz, and Luis Pino. It's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Those are who you want up if you are Palm Beach. Rodriguez today 0 for 3. 2 flyouts, 1 in foul territory, as well as a pop-out. Swings at the first pitch and lifts it into left field. It's pretty deep, going towards the wall, and it's going to one-hop near the track. Rodriguez is going to pull into second with a stand-up double. That is his first hit here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. And he represents the tying run. He's 1 for 4 tonight. So that'll bring Danielle Ortiz to the plate.
Third baseman, number 21, Danielle Ortiz.
For Rodriguez, it's his second double of his young single-A stat line. Ortiz tonight 2 for 3 with an RBI single, a solo home run, and 2 runs scored. Struck out swinging his last time up. First pitch. Floating changeup misses high for ball 1. So Leonel Sequeira cannot get the win. Angel Cuenca currently on the hook for the loss, but Palm Beach trying to get that run back and more. As Ortiz smokes one down the left field line, but it will go foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. The big hit coming from Jackson Strong, a mile-high fly ball that was lost in the sky by Jose Suarez, who did not see it until the ball had already fallen on the ground, resulting in a 3-run double as Abert steps off for a disengagement. Time is called as Ricardo Hurtado is going to go out to the mound now for a visit as the signs look to get cleared up here. Cardinals are trying to win their 3rd straight, and again, they are in a playoff race. Including tonight, they will have 9 games left with the doubleheader scheduled for Tuesday at St. Lucie. Very important baseball games here for the Palm Beach Cardinals as they take on the Lakeland Flying Tigers, who are the top team in the league record-wise. And then they get to play the Mets next week. That pitch is going to hit Danielle Ortiz on the shoulder, and Ortiz will take his base on the hit by pitch. Ortiz hit for just the 2nd time this season. However, the immediate attention goes to home plate umpire Dylan Toomey, who had that ball go off of his mask. So they're checking to see if everything's okay with him, because you got to be careful about those head injuries. Athletic trainer for the Cardinals, Jeff Case, is on the case. Bit of an extended discussion here. Runners at 1st and 2nd with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Luis Pino is coming up to the plate. Already 3 for 3 today. Everybody seems to be okay. Jeff Case is back in the dugout.
Number 22, Luis Pino.
And now a mound visit from the pitching coach, Ali Cady. So all sorts of in-game delays right now. We've got a hit-by-pitch injury delay. Now we got a mound visit. Prior to that, we had a mound visit for the signs. So game has taken a bit of a halt here. Big situation for the Cardinals. Luis Pino swinging a hot bat right now. He has a double and 2 singles. Scored a run back in the 5th, which gave the Cardinals a 5-1 lead at the time. Still nobody out here. So now it looks like we're ready for baseball here at the Dean. Lakeland sets up to turn 2, but the corners are in for a potential bunt. It's not shown. Off speed called a strike. It's 0-1. 6-5, Lakeland now on top of Palm Beach here on this Wednesday night. Cardinals looking to not only tie this game, but take the lead again. Next pitch, hit in the air, right field. Garrett Pennington going back. He's at the track. He makes the running catch. The Cardinals will get one runner to tag. Rodriguez goes from second to third. And that puts runners at the corners with one out for John Frank Salazar. So a productive out for Pino. He's now 3 for 4. By the way, lost in all of this, in the top of the 7th inning with one out, the Tigers had bases loaded, and Jose Suarez tracked a ball to the wall. And they did not tag anybody, which means if the Cardinals had gotten the third out, it would have been a much bigger base running blunder. But the Flying Tigers offense bailed that out. Salazar takes a breaking ball outside for ball 1. So you got Rainiel Rodriguez at third, Danielle Ortiz, the team leader in stolen bases, at first with one out. Salazar today is 1 for 3 with an RBI infield single. Breaking ball out in front, fouls it away. And it's 1-1. Salazar back here in Palm Beach after struggling with High A Peoria to start the year. Now trying to just do anything he can to get back to the Midwest. 1-1. Off the hands, popped up on the infield. This will not get it done as Montilla, the shortstop, makes the catch. And the runners stay put at first and third. So now it's up to Yordaline Pena with 2 away.
The center fielder, number 25, Yordaline Pena.
Pena today is 0 for 2 with a walk. He's got 18 runs batted in on the year, and it's a big situation for him here. Cardinals down by 1. Ortiz bluffed a steal. He goes back as the pitch misses high for ball 1. Cardinals have executed a double steal today, which gave them their 5th run, and are potentially trying to do it again here. Ortiz, a good base runner over at first. Not quite sure how Rodriguez is on the base paths yet for my own eyes. Ortiz doesn't go, the pitch. Check swing, accidental foul ball, it's 1-1. Again, the Cardinals have to control what they can control in this playoff race. 3 games under 500 and 4 games back of the Mets. And the Mets have the head-to-head tiebreaker as well. Can't forget about that. Ortiz goes. The step off from Abert allows Ortiz to be caught between first and second. Rodriguez is going to try to come to the plate, and he's tagged out. The double steal does not work. And that'll do it for the Cardinals here in the 7th. They get the 2 first men on, but the next 3 go down, and the double steal does not work. Cardinals still down 6-5. Going to the top of the 8th next at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Cardinals fail to get a run and tie this game as we go to the top of the 8th inning with the Cardinals trailing the Flying Tigers 6-5. Jack Finley fires ball 1 to Christian Santana. And it's 1 ball and no strikes here in the top of the 8th inning. Next pitch, off the hands, fouled out of play. Or rather, off the end of the bat, fouled away. And it's 1-1. Angel Cuenca finishes today with 2/3 of an inning pitch, 5 earned runs on 3 hits. There was a walk, a hit by pitch with the bases loaded, and a strikeout. Curveball low, 2-1. Jack Finley allowed a 3 RBI double, though it wasn't necessarily his fault. Breaking ball high, 3-1. It was a mile-high fly ball to right field that Jose Suarez lost in the sky. It resulted in the bases being cleared and Lakeland taking their first lead of the series. Fastball outside for ball 4, no challenge from Palm Beach. It's a leadoff walk to Santana. And there's a man at first for Steven Hrustich.
The left fielder, number 21, Steven Hrustich.
Hrustich 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He takes ball 1. So back-to-back innings that the Flying Tigers have had the leadoff men on base. When they got the leadoff man on last inning, well, they ended up scoring 5 runs as a slider misses inside. Finley trying to find the strike zone here in the 8th. It's 2-0. We are late in this ball game. Let's check in on the rest of the Florida State League because we do have playoff standings to talk about with just a little bit over a week. But first, a line drive past the diving Cade McGee into right center field. That's a base hit. Suarez gets it in quickly, puts the runners at first and second base, and Hrustich is on the board. Runners at first and second for Carson Rucker with nobody out.
Hitter number 18, Carson Rucker.
There are 2 postponed games in the Florida State League. Tampa and Clearwater will play a doubleheader tomorrow. That directly impacts the Lakeland Flying Tigers. Tampa comes into today a game behind the Flying Tigers. Clearwater, 2.5 games back of Lakeland. Breaking ball called strike to Rucker. It's 0-1. Also, Fort Myers and Dunedin could not get underway tonight. They will play a doubleheader tomorrow. Dunedin on the outside looking in, 4.5 games back of Lakeland. Breaking ball hit in the air, left field. Going back on it is Pino. He is in front of the track, and he will make the catch. Runners stay put. And a huge first out for Jack Finley and the Cardinals here in the 8th. Samuel Gill will be the batter.
Number 9, Samuel Gill.
There was a morning game today in the Florida State League. The Bradenton Marauders walked it off against the Jupiter Hammerheads 5-4. Eddie Rodriguez, a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning to give Bradenton the victory. First pitch, fastball up high to Gill. It's 1-0. The only other game in progress features a battle of the FSL East teams. St. Lucie at Daytona, and it's the Mets on top 11-8. That is not good news for the Cardinals. 1-0. This ball is smacked into center field. Going back on it is Pena. Still going back. He's in front of the track. He makes the catch, tagging both runners, and the throw goes into second base just a little bit not in time. So both runners move up a base, puts runners at second and third, now with 2 away for the 9-hitter, Ricardo Hurtado.
17, Ricardo Hurtado.
And this time, Yordaline Pena made sure to hold on to the ball because he was called for a drop in the top of the 6th inning, which ultimately led to no runs, but you learn from your mistakes. Time is called by Sammy Hernandez. That's a disengagement. 6-5, Lakeland on top here in the top of the 8th, and Jack Finley trying to work around a jam and put up a 0. First pitch from Finley to Hurtado, fouled away, and it's 0-1. Hurtado today is 1 for 3 with a solo home run back in the 3rd off of Leonel Sequeira. It was the first home run allowed this year by Sequeira, and the only blemish to his start. Breaking ball high, 1-1. By the way, St. Lucie has scored 8 runs in the last 3 innings of work, and in the top of the 6th inning, it's 11-8 Mets over the Tortugas. Foul ball back to the screen, it's 1-2. For this week only, the Palm Beach Cardinals, they are Daytona Tortuga fans because they need Daytona to put on a strong series. Daytona and Jupiter are now both mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. 1-2 pitch misses in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, technically not mathematically eliminated, but Daytona 8 games under 500 with 8 games to go. And Jupiter 7 games under 500 with 7 to go, which means they would have to win out and St. Lucie would have to lose out. Nearly impossible. Fly ball hit into shallow right field. Going out is McGee. Coming in is Suarez. He sees it this time, and he makes the catch. And Jack Finley works around a jam. He leaves 2 runners in scoring position, but ultimately no runs come in to score. Still 6-5 Flying Tigers. We're going to the bottom of the 8th next at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. I'm Brennan Erlinson. Happy to have you for Palm Beach Cardinals baseball coverage tonight. The Cardinals trailing 6-5. Will have 2 more chances to try and make a comeback victory after the Lakeland Flying Tigers scored 5 runs in the top of the 7th inning to take their first lead of the series. New pitcher on the mound for Lakeland, it's Thomas Bruss, the 6'8" right-hander. 2-1 with a 2.66 earned run average, making his team-leading 20th appearance on the year, though he has pitched just 20 1/3 innings pitched. A product of Division II Augustana University in South Dakota and a Minnesota native. He is the oldest member of this team, not named Bailey Horn, on a minor league rehab appearance. Bruss, 26 years old, and a member of last year's Lakeland team that won the FSL West Division. As the first pitch at 97 misses into Pena, 1-0. Pena gets a new count after the Cardinals ran into an out with him at the plate last inning. Pena still 0 for 2 with a walk. Big swing and a miss at 96 miles an hour, and it's 1-1. Thomas Bruss came from the Frontier League. The Tigers purchased his contract from the Ottawa Titans in 2023. Breaking ball hits the outside corner. It's 1-2. Bruss has also played for the New Jersey Jackals of the Frontier League back in 2022. Coming from the indie ball ranks now to the affiliated ranks. Slider, swing and a miss. Pena down on strikes. Just the 5th strikeout for Palm Beach hitters tonight, and that brings Jose Suarez to the plate.
The right fielder, number 5, Jose Suarez.
Suarez today is 0 for 3. Reached on an error back in the 4th and scored a run, which at the time made it a 5-1 Cardinals lead. First pitch, fastball inside for ball 1. This is the hardest velocity that the Cardinals have seen in this series so far, but they have seen Thomas Bruss before. Coming from last year, now into this year. Suarez turns on a fastball, but he's just under it. Shallow left field coming in is Hrustic. He's waiting for gravity to do its thing, and he makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down for the Cardinals, and that'll bring Sammy Hernandez to the plate.
40. The catcher, number 4,
Sammy Hernandez is 2 for 3 today. Singled in the 4th, bunt singled in the 6th, but he was taken off the base paths in the 6th on a double play ball. Now trying to get things started with 2 outs. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Cardinals trail 6-5. Cardinals trying to catch up to the St. Lucie Mets, who right now lead the Daytona Tortugas 11-8 in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0, fouled at the plate, 1-1. Meanwhile, the Lakeland Flying Tigers are trying to keep their first place lead. They came in with the best record in the league at 33-24. 1-1, breaking ball drops in for a strike, 1-2. The 2 teams closest to Lakeland in the West standings, Tampa and Clearwater, are playing each other this week, but tonight they could not get their game underway, and they will play a doubleheader tomorrow. 1-2, ground ball up the third base line, fielded on a nice backhand by Gary Kendall. He doesn't even need a glove. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sammy Hernandez. And the pitch. Another ground ball over towards the third base dugout. And Sammy Hernandez stays alive. Sky is now pitch black here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Cardinals running out of time to pull off now a comeback victory. Another 1-2. Popped up behind home plate. Hurtado off with the mask, tracking it and making the catch in foul territory. The Cardinals go down 1-2-3 here in the 8th and still trail the Flying Tigers 6-5. We're going to the top of the 9th next at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Top of the 9th inning here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Cardinals trail the Flying Tigers 6-5, and the Flying Tigers will have the top of the order: Woody Hedin, Fredjerber Montilla, and Jackson Strong. Jack Finley still on the mound for the Cardinals. However, there is some bullpen action for Palm Beach prior to the inning coming to a start. Finley finishes up his warm-up tosses as the switch-hitting Hedin will hit from the right side for the first time tonight. Cardinals had a 5-1 lead at one point in this game, but a 5-run top of the 7th inning has flipped the game upside down in favor of Lakeland. And the Cardinals' 3-game win streak is at stake. Breaking ball outside for ball 1. I should say it's a 2-game win streak right now, a chance at 3 games in a row at stake. Cardinals will have to walk it off for a win tonight. Breaking ball called strike 1-1. Mets still lead the Tortugas 11-8 in the bottom of the 6th inning at the Jack in Daytona Beach. Next pitch fouled out of play, 1-2. That's the only game going on right now in the FSL. 2 postponed games. Clearwater and Tampa will play a doubleheader tomorrow. Also playing a doubleheader tomorrow, Fort Myers at Dunedin. Finley from the windup and the 1-2. Ground ball weakly hit over to shortstop. Aniello Encarnacion hurries and fires it across the diamond in time. And there's one away for Fredjerber Montilla. The Bradenton Marauders walked it off against the Jupiter Hammerheads thanks to Eddie Rodriguez's solo home run. That game got started just after 11 a.m. this morning. We'll check in on the rest of the St. Louis Cardinals minor league affiliates in just a moment. Here's Montilla, also a switch hitter hitting from the right side, takes ball 1. The FCL Cardinals fell to the FCL Astros 9-4. Well, they don't have Rhino Rodriguez anymore, so it's hard to get some offense now. 1-0. Called strike 1-1. The Peoria Chiefs were shut out today 6-0 to the Cedar Rapids Colonels in Iowa, High A affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. Gerardo Salas, former Beach Bird, suffered the loss today. Next pitch cut on and missed. It's 1-2. Double-A Springfield currently leads the Tulsa Drillers 2-0, Double-A affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. J.J. Weatherholt 1 for 2 with a run scored in that one. Leonardo Bernal with a solo home run. Sorry, a 2-run home run as Finley gets the strikeout of Montilla. That's his second of the game, and there's 2 up and 2 down here in the 9th. Leonardo Bernal with a 2-run home run. My mistake, but
number 13,
that's his 10th of the year, by the way, in Double-A. Brian Mott's 4 scoreless innings so far for the Springfield Cards. Here's Jackson Strong, takes strike 1. Strong's 3 RBI double in the 7th has given the Lakeland Flying Tigers their lead on what was a fly ball, appeared to be routine, as a fastball is called a ball, 1-1. But Jose Suarez lost it in the sky, and the ball dropped, and 3 runs came in to score. Next pitch on the corner, it's 1-2. AAA Memphis picked up the loss today, 11-6 at Gwinnett, the AAA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves. Nathan Church in that game, though, 2 for 4. Thomas Sajasi, 2 for 3. As the pitch is fouled off at the plate. Takoa Roby, who was named the St. Louis Cardinals minor league pitcher of the month of May, made his AAA debut tonight, and he struggled a little bit. 4 2/3 innings, 6 runs on 10 hits, 1 home run. As the next pitch is fouled down the right field line, still 1-2. So AAA has greeted him a bit rudely tonight. but Cardinals still very high on Roby, coming over from the Texas Rangers organization, and he just did so well in Double-A, he couldn't be kept there any longer. 1-2. Curveball inside, 2-2. So now Roby will figure things out with Memphis. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The pitch to Jackson Strong. A bit low and outside, 3-2. Cardinals trail the Flying Tigers 6-5. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Cardinals looking to keep it a 1-run deficit and try to extend the ball game, maybe even win it. Line drive down the right field line. This will get through for a base hit. Jose Suarez tracking it very strongly. Gets the throw in. The ball skips over into second base. Just a tad late. A very strong throw. Just a bit offline. And it's a double for Strong, his second of the game. So a runner at second base now for Garrett Pennington, who is 1 for 4 today. Ball was hit hard at 101.8 miles per hour down the right field line. Suarez did all he could. That would have been the throw of the day had he made it. Pennington takes inside for ball 1. The St. Louis Cardinals today, they fell to the Toronto Blue Jays by a final score of 5-2 at Busch Stadium. Pitch skips in the dirt, blocked by Hernandez, keeps the runner at second base. 2 balls and no strikes. In the bottom of the 9th, the Palm Beach Cardinals will have Angelo Encarnacion. Then the top of the order, Cade McGee and Rainel Rodriguez. Who they will face, we will find out when we get there. There is bullpen action for Lakeland going on right now. 2-0. Check swing. Sammy Hernandez, I thought he wanted a challenge on the pitch. He can't challenge the check swing. And the count goes to 3-0. Danielle Ortiz issued a check swing challenge and lost it earlier in this game. So 3 balls and no strikes, the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So after the first 2 men went down, a 2-out double and now a walk brings up Christian Santana, and Sammy Hernandez, as well as pitching coach Michael O, will go out to the mound. Continuing to monitor that St. Lucie game as the Mets are visiting the Tortugas right now. The Mets are still on top 11-8, and the Cardinals can't really afford many losses anymore, trailing by 4. And after tonight, there will be just 8 games left. Now, 4 of those games are going to be against the St. Lucie Mets, but if you're the Cardinals, you not only want to win baseball games to put yourself in a position to potentially clinch the first half title on road soil, but you also need the Daytona Tortugas to put together a really strong series. Just for this week, Palm Beach rooting for the Tortugas. Mound visit over. Here is Christian Santana, 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, and a run scored tonight. Runners at first and second. The pitch. Fastball called a strike, 0-1. Finley worked out of trouble in the last inning. Trying to do so here in the 9th. Pitch fouled away. It's 0-2. A lot of the Silver Sluggers crowd still here, hoping for a walk-off victory for the Palm Beach Cardinals. Finley trying to end it here. The pitch. Santana gets a piece of it, fouls it away, still 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Finley set. The pitch. Breaking ball just misses the top of the zone, but Sammy Hernandez wants a challenge. First one by Palm Beach tonight.
The pitch was called a ball. The catcher is challenging.
It's not a bad spot to use it. You can't take them home with you. But Sammy Hernandez is wrong on the challenge.
The call is confirmed. The Cardinals have one ABS challenge remaining.
So they have one left, and I don't blame Hernandez trying to get his team back into the dugout, but the pitch was high. Not by much, though. So Finley with a 1-2 count on Christian Santana. And the pitch. This ball hit in the air, straightaway center field. Jordan Pena starts back, now comes in, and he makes the catch. Finley works out of another jam. He leaves 2 runners on base, but the Cardinals still trail 6-5. They need 1 to extend the game, 2 to win it when we come back for the bottom of the 9th after this, down 6-5. Last chance for the Palm Beach Cardinals, trailing 6-5 as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Brennan Erlinson, happy to have you the whole way through for the Palm Beach Cardinals baseball coverage tonight. On yellow Encarnacion, Cade McGee, Rainel Rodriguez due up as the Cardinals need 1 to keep it going and 2 to win it. Thomas Bruss goes a perfect 8th inning with a strikeout, and he will give way to new pitcher Ethan Sloan. Left-hander on the mound for the Lakeland Flying Tigers as he finishes up his warm-up tosses now. Sloan on the season is 5-3 with a 2.66 earned run average, making his 15th appearance of the season. He is 1 for 1 on save opportunities. This is a save opportunity for him here.
Leading off the bottom half of the 9th inning for the Cardinals, the shortstop, number 16, on yellow Encarnacion.
Encarnacion 0 for 1 today, grounded into a double play in the 6th, and he has walked twice. Cardinals just need a base runner. The lefty Sloan, crossbody delivery, fires a fastball wide for 1-0. The Cardinals have 3 walk-off wins this year. The last one came on May 21st against the Daytona Tortugas. Encarnacion takes a fastball for a strike, 1-1. It was Josh Cross that hit the walk-off double that night. It was on a Silver Sluggers Wednesday. 1-1. Off speed. Good take by Encarnacion. Pitch misses low, 2-1. Encarnacion had an RBI walk-off walk back on May 6th against Jupiter. And Cade McGee with a walk-off home run on Sunday, April 6th against Fort Myers. Fastball taken for a called strike too, but Encarnacion wants to use that last challenge.
The pitch was called a strike. The batter is challenging.
It's the last one left. Let's see if the Cardinals can hold on to it. They can.
The call is overturned. The Cardinals have 1 ABS challenge remaining.
So the Cardinals hang on to that last challenge, and it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Sloan set the pitch. Encarnacion takes strike 2. On a fastball inside, count goes full. 6-5, Lakeland leads Palm Beach here in Game 2 of this 6-game home series for Palm Beach. The payoff. Ground ball over towards first. Fielding it is Santana. Slips a little bit, but flips it to Sloan covering for out number 1. That'll turn things over to Cade McGee, the top of the order.
Second baseman, number 8, Cade McGee.
Cade McGee today is 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly back on the 4th. Reached on an error and scored a run back in the 1st. Cardinals need a base runner or a smash. McGee fouls it out of play to the right side. It's 0-1. McGee, of course, one of his 2 home runs was the walk-off home run against Fort Myers back on April 6th. And it's been a long time since he has hit a home run. He'll take a fastball up high. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count. In fact, he hasn't hit a home run since that day. He hit back-to-back days with a home run in that opening series against Fort Myers. So it's been over 2 months. Changeup outside, 2-1. Sloan, set, 2-1. And McGee takes it for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody warming up in the Cardinals bullpen should the Cardinals extend this game. For the moment, it looks like Jack Finley would get the 10th, but got to get a run first for that to happen. 2-2, fastball just a bit low, 3-2. Back-to-back full counts here in the bottom of the 9th inning. McGee trying to get on however he can. The pitch. He'll foul it out of play and stay alive. Cardinals have won the last 2 games, trying to make it 3 straight, trying to get closer to the 500 mark. And again, keep pace with the Mets, who lead the East. Another 3-2. Outside and high, ball 4. So the tying run is on base, and that'll bring up Rainiel Rodriguez to the plate.
The designated hitter, number 41, Rainiel Rodriguez.
Rainiel Rodriguez is 1 for 4 today with a double. First pitch from Sloan, down and in, ball 1. Rodriguez in a big spot. The 18-year-old catcher has got the tying run at first base. McGee has good speed. 1-0. Down and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Rodriguez, a player who hit 7 home runs in 19 FCL games this year. He's got 1, which came on his first swing last Tuesday at Fort Myers. The 2-0. A big swing and a miss, 2-1 on a fastball, and Rodriguez upset with himself he couldn't connect on it. Rodriguez 5 runs batted in already in his Palm Beach tenure. 2-1. Another swing and a miss, outside fastball, 2-2. Big hole on the right side of the infield for Rodriguez. Two off the hands, loop to left field. Coming in is Hrustic. He makes the catch. Just a little bit jammed on the fastball inside part of the plate. And it's up to Danielle Ortiz to keep this game alive. Ortiz today 2 for 3 with an RBI single, a solo home run, and a hit by pitch, as well as a strikeout. Last chance for the Cardinals with Cade McGee still at first base. The pitch. Drilled down the left field line. It is a fair ball, and this one will go into the corner. Cade McGee hustling his way to third. He's being waved home. The throw, it's coming to the plate, and it is not in time! Danielle Ortiz is going to try for third. He'll get there safely. The Cardinals have tied it up, and who else but the red-hot Danielle Ortiz for his 3rd run batted in of the night. And now the winning run just 90 feet away for Luis Pino. He just barely kept it fair down the left field line.
The left fielder, number 22.
But for Palm Beach, they don't care how much it stayed fair. Cade McGee needed all of his speed to get to home. Not a bad relay from Lakeland. But now with a runner at third base, the pitching coach, Ollie Cady, is going to go out and have a mound visit. They will talk strategy on how they want to deal with Luis Pino, who tonight is 3 for 4 with a run scored. And Pino, like Ortiz, and like many of these Palm Beach Cardinals, capable of hard contact. By the way, for Ortiz, it's his 5th double of the year. He's up to 20 runs batted in. Ethan Sloan's first pitch. Breaking pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. There are 2 free bases open. The 1-0. Pino taking, down low, 2-0. Lakeland at least initially trying to play it safe with Pino, and they are going to walk him intentionally. They will not allow Pino to swing the bat. Putting runners at the corners for John Frank Salazar.
The first baseman, number 11.
Randall Clemente is getting warmed up for the Cardinals should this game go to the 10th. But for Salazar, in his return to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, he's trying to end it here. First pitch. Down low, ball 1. Palm Beach dugout. They're ready to jump onto this field. Salazar 1 for 4 today with an RBI infield single all the way back in the 1st inning. He's got a big hole on the right side of the infield. Fastball taken for a strike. Salazar shakes his head. No challenge. It's 1-1. Lakeland assuming that Salazar will go for the pull side. 1-1. Looped into shallow center field. Going to be a tough play. Well, maybe not. Hrustich over there. He makes the catch, and that'll do it here in the 9th. But the Cardinals extend this game. Daniel Ortiz, the RBI double, makes it a 6-6 game, and we have free baseball here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. We're going to the 10th next at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Free baseball here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. We're going to the 10th with the score tied at 6. Brennan Erlinson, happy to have you. The fans that are sticking it out here on our broadcast, as well as here at the ballpark, are hoping that it's an extra innings walk-off thriller win for the Palm Beach Cardinals. But the Cardinals will turn to Randall Clemente to pitch the top of the 10th inning after Jack Finley goes 2 1/3 scoreless. He allowed 3 inherited runners to score, but none for his own. 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And now Clemente comes on. Clemente 2-2 with a 5.23 earned run average, making his 16th appearance of the season for Palm Beach. Earlier this year, won FSL Pitcher of the Week, and the Cardinals will need him here. Steven Hrustich takes a slider for strike 1. Christian Santana is the placed runner at second base to begin extra innings. Hrustich is 1 for 4 today with a single. 0-1. Another slider, another strike, nothing in 2. Both teams have 1 ABS challenge remaining. Lakeland still has their check swing challenge. Palm Beach does not. 0-2. Ground ball over to short. Encarnacion charges, looks the runner back, throws it to first in time. Big first out there for the Cardinals. And with 1 away, here is Carson Rucker, the designated hitter.
The designated hitter, number 18, Carson Rucker.
Clemente last pitched on Thursday at Fort Myers when he went a scoreless inning, and he converted the save. It was his 3rd of the year. Reginald Webb, the field umpire, has just issued a balk to Randall Clemente. He doesn't like the call. So no pitch. That allows the runner to move up to third base for free. And for Clemente, that is his 2nd balk of the year, and now the infield has to come in. So here's Rucker, 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored today. The pitch. 1-0, misses up high. For Clemente, he must not have come set in time. Outfield straight away, infield straight away, but in on the grass for a potential play at home plate. 1-0, slider in there for a strike, 1-1. The Cardinals this season are 1-2 in extra inning games. 1-1. Fastball at 97 at the bottom of the zone. And it's 1-2 strikes.
The pitch was called a strike. The batter is challenging.
Well, it appears that Carson Rucker wants to challenge the pitch. Doesn't pay off for him, though.
The call confirmed. The Tigers have 0 ABS challenges remaining.
Human strike zone for them the rest of the game. It's 1-2 strikes. Next pitch, grounded over towards first. Just foul as John Frank Salazar makes the play, but the at-bat continues 1-2. Still 1-2 strikes with 1 out. Clemente set the pitch. Nasty slider, called a ball, but Sammy Hernandez issues a challenge.
The pitch was called a ball. The catcher is challenging.
It's going to be close. Let's see if it pays off for Palm Beach. It does.
The call is overturned. Cardinals have 1 ABS challenge remaining.
And now with 2 outs and a runner at third base, here is Samuel Keel.
Third baseman, number 9, Samuel Gill.
Gill is 1 for 4 today with a single and a run scored. First pitch, slider, strike 1. Clemente establishing that slider early. Clemente set the pitch. Ground ball over to third. Ortiz has got it. Sets, fires high to first, but plenty for John Frank Salazar to handle. The placed runner does not score for Lakeland here in the top of the 10th, and now Palm Beach with a chance to win it in the bottom half. The score is 6-6. Palm Beach trying to walk it off when we return to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Bottom of the 10th inning, Randall Clemente and the Cardinals did their job. They kept the place runner on base, keeping it a 6-6 ball game, and now Palm Beach with a chance to walk it off to try and not only make it a 3-game win streak, but also pick up their 2nd extra inning win of the season, as well as their 4th walk-off win. Ethan Sloan back out to pitch the 10th. John Frank Salazar is currently scheduled to be the placed runner. Let's see if they go with him to run. They will. So Salazar will start at second base for Yordelin Pena.
Leading off the bottom half of the 10th inning for the Cardinals, the center fielder, number 25, Yordelin Pena. Place runner at second base, number 11, John Frank Salazar.
The Cardinals have 1 extra inning win this year. It was a walk-off win back on May 6th. Pena swings and misses at a changeup, 0-1. It was a bases-loaded RBI walk-off walk for Agnello Encarnacion. But that's it. Cardinals 1-2 in extra inning games. No balls, 1 strike the pitch. Pena fouls it back. And it's 0-2. Pena today, 0 for 3 with a walk. 18 runs batted in on the year. Trying to get John Frank Salazar home. 0-2. Down in the dirt, blocked by Hurtado, the catcher. And it's 1-2. The last walk-off win for Palm Beach came on Wednesday, May 21st against Daytona. It was a Josh Cross walk-off double. He has since moved up to Peoria. It'll have to be someone different this time around. 1-2, fastball to called. Strike 3. Pena down on strikes for the 2nd time, and there's 1 away. Here's Jose Suarez.
Right fielder, number 5, Jose Suarez.
Suarez today 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Reached on an error and scored a run back in the 4th. Just got under a pitch his last time up when he flew out to left. back in the 8th. First pitch. Breaking ball. Tapped over towards short. John Frank Salazar trying for third. He's going to get there. The throw from Montilla is wide. And the fielder's choice allows runners at the corners with just one out, and Sammy Hernandez coming to the plate. Sammy Hernandez 2 for 4 today.
For Sammy Hernandez.
Sammy Hernandez had a walk-off single last year in the 2024 season. Swings and foul, tips it into the mid of Hurtado. It's 0-1. That walk-off came on May 28th against the Tampa Tarpons with a walk-off single in the 11th inning. Over a year ago now. The 0-1. Smack down the left field line, but way foul. And it's 0-2. John Frank Salazar is at third. He's the place runner. Jose Suarez over at first, reaching on the fielder's choice. Sloan's 0-2. Fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again. 6-6 the score. Cardinals trying to end it. Cardinals trying to win their 3rd straight game, and again, just trying to control what they can control. Another 0-2. Smacked into left field. Base hit. Cardinals win it. Sammy Hernandez, the hero tonight, and the Beach Birds win it in the 10th by a final score of 7-6. Sammy Hernandez caps it off with a 3 for 5 day. And the Palm Beach Cardinals have taken the first 2 games of this 6-game series over the Lakeland Flying Tigers. And he gets the water shower there from the buckets a couple of times, and the Palm Beach Cardinals dugout on bullpen empties in celebration. Maybe it's not how they drew up this win tonight, but the Cardinals will take that. And they win it by a final score of 7-6, as we will get up here into the broadcast booth for you here. The Cardinals score the placed runner in the bottom of the 10th inning, and they win it 7-6. Hello, everyone. Brennan Erlinson. Happy to have you stick with us here as far as Palm Beach Cardinals baseball coverage here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium on this Silver Sluggers Wednesday. 4th walk-off win of the year for Palm Beach, and just their 2nd extra innings victory, which also was a walk-off win, a literal walk-off win, back on May 6th against Jupiter. And it has been a while since an extra inning victory, and it's been a few weeks since a walk-off win, and it's very refreshing for this Palm Beach Cardinals to, they took the lead initially, but the Cardinals, resilient, and they stuck with it, stayed in this game, didn't stay down for long. They didn't have a huge deficit in this game, just 1 run the entire game. Fought back in the 9th. Daniel Ortiz got him back to force extras. And then Sammy Hernandez connected on an RBI single to win it with a huge celebratory bat flip. And for a guy like Sammy Hernandez, he had been struggling in his last few games. This is a game that he certainly needed. 3 for 5, and he is the hero tonight. Let's give you the totals from this game. I'm going to read them off to you for you. Flying Tigers, 6 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors. They leave 9 men on base, while the Palm Beach Cardinals score 7 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. They leave 10 men on base. The winning pitcher is Rendell Clemente. He pitched a scoreless 10th. He's now 3-2. Jack Finley does get a blown save. It's his first of the year with 2 1/3 scoreless. He did not allow a run of his own, but 3 inherited runs came into score on a ball that was just lost in the sky. And sometimes that just happens in the game of baseball. It was a bases-clearing double off the bat of Jackson Strong in the top of the 7th inning. The loss goes to Ethan Sloan. He also gets his first blown save of the year. He falls to 5-4, but Thomas Bruss does get his 4th hold of the year. Time of the ballgame, 2 hours, 56 minutes in front of 1,028 fans. And the notable performers of this game on offense for the Palm Beach Cardinals, Daniel Ortiz, he is swinging a hot bat. He goes 3 for 4 today, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs. He was a triple away from the cycle, and he led the day with 3 runs batted in. Of course, Sammy Hernandez, the hero today, 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. And also picking up 3 hits today, Luis Pino. In fact, he was so dangerous of a bat that the Lakeland Flying Tigers decided to intentionally walk him in the 9th, which proved to be at least a success initially for the Lakeland Flying Tigers. On the pitching side of things, though it got dicey at the end, Leonel Sequeira, his start today, fantastic. 6 innings, 1 run allowed on the solo home run by Ricardo Hurtado, just 2 total hits, 1 walk, and he strikes out a career-high 10 batters, though he does not pick up the win. It's his best start of the season as he looked good and, for the most part, in control of today's game. The Lakeland Flying Tigers fall to 33-25. For the moment, they will remain in first place in the FSL West. Now just a half-game lead over the Tampa Tarpons because the Tarpons, as well as the Clearwater Threshers, who are playing each other this week, could not get their game underway due to rain, so they will play a doubleheader tomorrow. So Lakeland now on their heels in the FSL West, and it looks like that West Divisional battle is going to come down to the wire. Realistically, 3 teams are in it, but 4 teams could possibly be in it if Dunedin is able to get some wins together against Fort Myers. They're on the outside looking in, but it is a close race for the West. Meanwhile, in the East, Palm Beach Cardinals, they improved to 28-30, but if the scoring stands right now, the St. Lucie Mets are going to pick up the victory against the Daytona Tortugas because right now it's a 13-9 Mets lead over the Tortugas in the bottom of the 8th inning. So the Tortugas are going to have to rally together, but at least for what the Cardinals are supposed to do, they are winning the games that they need to. They've won 3 straight. They're keeping themselves in the fight, and they want to give themselves a chance at a first-half division title crown. And they want to go into next series against St. Lucie with that chance at Clover Park. But still, it feels like a long way to go, even though it's happening next week onto the calendar. Palm Beach Cardinals, 7-6 victors today in 10 innings. Well, we invite you to our next broadcast, which will be a Thirsty Thursday here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. First pitch coming up at 6:30 p.m. Our gates will open up at 5:30. Our broadcast coverage will start at 6:20 p.m. on MILB.TV, Bally Sports Live, and the Cardinals audio stream. But that'll do it for us here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium as the Cardinals walk it off in 10 innings against the Lakeland Flying Tigers, winning it 7-6. For everybody here at the ballpark, I'm Brendan Erlinson. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and let's keep this Beach Bird train rolling here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. We'll look for 4 straight wins tomorrow. But until then, have a great rest of your night.